welcome to the Arcade Hangout episode number 45. I am Orange Whoop, one of your hosts for tonight's show. And I'm hoping you guys have been here before, but if you haven't been, we are a group of arcade collectors who like to meet just to chat about our hobby and talk about games. And coming up pretty soon, Brofest for a lot of us, which is pretty fun. And before I forget, I'm going to plug the podcast, audio podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and on Google Play. So go do a search for that, or you can go to the arcadehangout.com and check us out on YouTube if you're not subscribed. Do so already, because I always leave this to the end when nobody's going to be listening to the entire end of the show. So I'm doing it up front this time.
I think that's when they should start listening.
At the end of the show, halfway through,
or at least, yeah, the second show.
Yeah, the part B. We're going to start doing a part A and part B. I should put a link, actually. That'd be pretty cool in the YouTube. Put just a link to, hey, you want to skip the arcade bullshit talk, go right to the good stuff. Here's the link.
Just go straight to just the bullshit talk.
And yeah, and you know what, Jimbo, you should just supply that to me, because it seems to me you find all the good shit every time.
Yeah, because I listen to the damn shows at work when I'm bored. I'm like, oh fuck, that's right, I said that. Shit. Usually that's how it goes. Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to get everybody to answer a question, but before they do, they're going to go ahead and introduce themselves. And tonight's question is brought to us by our own Dave from Buffalo, and it is there anything you have had to get rid of in your room to make room or space for arcade games or parts, I guess part shelves, that sort of thing? So did you have to convince the wife to get rid of some furniture, or maybe tone down one of your other hobbies or anything like that to make room for the obsession? And let's go ahead and, let's Mock. Let's go to Mock. I've been to his little room here. Let's see what he answers.
I don't know how to answer that, since I haven't really sold anything yet. So, okay, I can say this. That if I'm going to probably sell something to make room, it'll probably be my main cabinet.
Doesn't have to be arcade related. It could be anything.
Oh, yeah. But that's like something in this room that's just huge.
Wow.
If you look at it,
do tell.
Yeah, that's a big deal, Mr. Main.
I know, I could hold like 3 machines there, though. See, like
that's Mr. Mame Lover.
Okay, so there's a bar. You got the machine. It's like holds up. It's just so huge.
That screen's not looking right. It's awfully white for your game screen there.
Hey, that's not a screen. You've just drawn a Space Invader on a piece of cardboard.
Oh, that's to protect it from my cats jumping up there and scratching it. They like to see the reflection and do this. And then I get a bunch of scratches all over my custom-made plexiglass.
Do they put their cigarettes out on it as well?
Yeah, little bastards.
So is the plan one day to actually get more dedicateds, Mock?
Yeah. Because I don't have room to get a Spy Hunter. I would have taken up Andrew on a Spy Hunter if I had room, and I don't. So it's something I'm toying around with. Probably.
Well, you don't have to open that door behind you.
Hey, you should do the crusty laugh like you did last week, where you open up the door and you're like,
His daughter was out there, wasn't it?
That was great.
Yeah, that just goes out to the front door there. But yeah, so probably that's something I'm gonna do in the future, maybe. It's hard to let go of it because it's my baby. Either that, or maybe I'll just get a smaller controller in there. I don't know. Just do a Street Fighter setup, with the.
Yes.
That's it.
Just get a Dynamo or a Z-Comb and just replace that whole thing with put MAME in that kind of thing,
that's what Keith said I should do, is just get a smaller cabinet, just some throwaway cabinet that you can, just at least have the minimum of a Street Fighter setup. Because there is an arcade game I'd love to have, but I think Griffin, did you set up a multi, like a Akari Warrior setup?
Yeah, I built a multi-rotary.
The multi-rotary, yeah.
Yeah, I used the Vectorlab switcher on that.
But go the MAME route on it because of the syncing issues with the monitor would be an issue.
Yeah, the Vectorlabs multi-switch was really good. for that setup. Although, yeah, it doesn't support rotary. I mean, nothing supports multi-rotary. You've got to do the board. But I think Takeman is building one right now, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the kick harness thing, right?
Is it? Yeah, yeah. But Slick Nick has my multi-rotary, so you can always try hitting him up for it. Maybe he's gotten bored of it. Maybe you could snag it back off him.
Okay. What does it have? All the rotary games on it?
Yeah, so how many is it supported?
It's got 4 boards in it. So it had Time Soldiers, Akari Warriors, Victory Road, and that other one.
Heavy barrel?
Yes. Yeah, Heavy Barrel. So that those 4 in it.
I love that. Those are all the games I want. So maybe I have to bug them.
It worked alright. Those rotary joysticks, though, pain in the ass, those things.
Yeah. Kill your wrist too, right?
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, but those are fun. So
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, I'm Off the Magic Man. Find me on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, all that other fun stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pass it to I guess Griffin, since I was talking to you.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Things I've had to move to do this. Well,
You got a lot of answers for that one.
yeah, no cars in my room, which that's what it should be in here. Or mountains of shit. I think that's what most people keep in their garage.
Right.
Yeah, when we moved into this house, we came here about 2 years ago, and before we moved in, I'd already started collecting a little bit, so I had about 3 or 4 machines. Excuse me. And when we moved into the house, we kind of already agreed that we were going to put a space aside where we were going to set up a room and sort of keep it for more fun stuff. So we agreed on the garage before we came. And then the cost of real estate in California, why waste 400 square feet of room that is, for all intents and purposes, usable year-round because of the weather? Why take 400 square feet and then just fill it up with shit that you don't want? And you can park your cars in the driveway here. It's not like you got to get out with your ice pick every morning like you have to do in Canada. So.
In where?
Canada?
Canada.
That's how you say it, right?
I've probably been warmer weather than you have been the last month.
You might. That's why everyone's moving to Vancouver, right?
Yeah, it's been in the 90s up here.
I'll give you $20 million for your shoe closet. I don't care what it looks like. I'll buy it cash.
Talk snow. You want to talk to Seabart?
Oh, he's got all the snow. He has all the
that shit
snow.
looks like.
So
Yeah.
Griffin, I think one thing you did though that you didn't, I don't think you mentioned, to help make your arcade more of an arcade is you built that separate shop behind you.
Yeah. The driveway was it's pretty decent size outside the house, and there was an area off to the side. So I paid a contractor to come in, and he sort of leveled it out and built it up with concrete and fill, and then he built a 12 by 16 sort of Dutch style barn shed for me out there, and put a loft in the top. So the loft is great for storage of the type of stuff that might have ended up in the garage.
Yeah, exactly.
You can put it out there, and it's more suitable. And then I use that as the workshop. And you guys have seen the workshop. I've been in there sometimes when I've been on the show doing what we do. But yeah, lucky so far. Haven't had to sort of have too many negotiations to accommodate the hobby. Obviously, I've had to sell games to bring other games in, but who hasn't, right? Apart from people with 5 storage lockers. That's certainly. I will never be that guy. I will never own a storage locker full of arcade machines. I swear it in public right now. I'll never do that.
No, I mean, the only way I would entertain that would be like what was it, Arcade Geek down in Texas did. Like if you like had like a big hall that you did with like a bunch of friends and you were splitting up games and. Yeah, it's like you were able to like clear out a warehouse, and it's like, all right, so we're gonna do this like short term, 6 months. We'll rent this like this warehouse space just to put the games in, work on them, sell them off, and then take home some pretty sweet games, then
Yeah.
maybe I'd entertain that, but definitely not as a long-term, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to put games in here because I don't have a place to put them. Sorry, Jim.
I think if Steve
No
Hertz,
offense taken.
so if Steve Hertz hit me up and he was like, "Oh, I'm just sick of all these sweet games. I've got to get them out of my house. They're taking up far too much space." Maybe I'd get one then, just to help Steve out because he is a bro. So, but yeah, that would be about it. Anyway, Griffin, find me at facebook.com/arcadeicons. Search for Arcade Icons on YouTube. You can find me looking around Clove and other seedy places on the internet.
Hey, here's a question. While you're still kind of up, you guys are talking about storage units. So what would happen if it's basically what happened to Sean happened to you, where you're moving into a new house, but the house is already sold? Are you going to sell all your games then, if you have nowhere to put them?
What, me?
Yeah. What if you had to move into like an apartment temporarily or something like that? Would you just sell all your games then?
No. No, it's totally yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like that'd be an exception, right? It's not a permanent situation.
Well, that's what happened to me.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's been a couple years now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, you can get unforeseen circumstances. Shit happens, and you got to move with it. But yeah, I'd put them in a storage locker if I was gonna have to sort of pare down for a little while. But again, a year or two, I'd probably shift them out after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about it. I thought, should I just really just sell all my games, and then all of them that are there? But then I'm like, I have attachments to a lot of them.
Have you thought about trying to put them on location just to make some bucks?
No. No, I had a friend. I don't mean to steal steal a structure of the show right now, but I had a buddy of mine who was really close to a guy that owned a comic book store who wanted to take the Turtles machine. And I thought about it for a little bit, but then I started researching. I'm like, fuck, I have to entertain all these permits and all. There's all this shit that goes into that I'd have to worry about.
Yeah, licensing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Taxes.
Yeah, I think I would have just been like, here, you should just buy it from me. Especially now. Now I would probably entertain a sale because those games are going for stupid money. This was 5 years ago.
Right.
But anyways, pass it off, Griffin.
Yeah, all right. Let's fire it over to the marketing and PR director of Jacobson Multimedia Industries. Yeah.
Not bad, dude.
Wait, who did you say?
Whipping boy. John's whipping boy.
Well, he said marketing, so I figured that was you, Andrew.
Oh, yeah. Well, I handle the marketing side. Gak handles the operations.
I thought you were senior art director and creative group leader.
Yeah. You forgot jerk off in there somewhere, and
yeah,
gullible and
terrible taste in games. I believe that's
terrible taste in games.
Yeah. Whipping boy, free
That's
reach
right.
arounds, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You got a big reach though, so that's good.
Everlasting bottom.
Oh, boy. All right, so is it me or you? I don't know.
You.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, Gak Attack on KLV, Untapped, and Twitter. So, the question is, what did I get rid of to get games, right? To make room for games?
Or parts or anything, yeah.
Okay. So, going way back, this is kind of a long story that'll get to where I'm at. I used to have a business manufacture my own BMX and mountain bikes, and I operated that out of my garage. I have a 3-car garage. So I had shelves and storage for inventory and stuff. And once I got out of that, my first thing was console games, Atari 2600, all the old school stuff. So I was selling old stock inventory on eBay, and then I was funding the console addiction with the sales of old bike stuff, right? So I wound up having probably at least a dozen big giant plastic bins full of consoles and cartridges and all that. And then then it turned into the regular arcades. You know, that wasn't satisfying my need. I wanted the real arcade. So I wound up trading pretty much my whole entire console collection for 2 different arcade machines spread out over about 2 years. So that's kind of what I. So the first one, that was probably 5 years ago, something like that, was D2K. It was like from the first run of Donkey Kong 2s. Like the guy had his own, the whole art kit and everything. And he was in San Francisco, so but he was like he had a thing on Craigslist that said, I think he was asking like 900 or trade for console stuff, because he was into consoles, like old school stuff. And so we kind of negotiated back and forth. I wound up driving out there with 6 giant bins of stuff, and we just did a straight trade. So that's how I got
that stuff today.
All the games or the console stuff.
Well, the console stuff.
Oh,
well, both,
yeah.
Really, right? I mean, on today's market.
Right. Well, between all the stuff, between what I got for the D2K, and then later, it was like a couple years later, I got the iRobot from him, the same guy.
All right.
Nice.
So, I mean, my cost, I probably had somewhere around 2,000 on my entire collection, and at the time the D2K was valued at 900, and I think the iRobot was around 1,700, which I later sold to Steve at Grinkers for not much more than that, by the way. And now I see him for 2,500 plus, whatever. So. But yeah, that's basically what happened. I had these big shelves that were lined with these big plastic bins that all had consoles and cartridges in them, and then those all went out, tore down the shelves, and arcade games started lining the walls. So that's basically how it happened for me.
Was Atari the only thing you collected?
No, it started out as like Atari 800, 400 XL. Actually, I want to grab something real quick. Somewhere over here.
So it looks like you maybe haven't gotten rid of anything since then.
No, I haven't. I know. It's bad. It's really bad. I get it. Oh,
this is another show and tell
yep,
session.
there we go. There we go. So the Atari 400, 800 XL, they were these like kind of smaller cartridges. So like this is a 2600 size cartridge. You see how they're smaller?
Yeah.
But this was, much higher quality images. So, like games like this, it's called Miner 2049er.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was like one of my favorite
yeah.
games back then.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
And then there was even like the sequel, Bounty Bob Strikes Back.
Nice.
So this is like, I don't know, today maybe a $15 or $20 cartridge, but this one's more like 80 to 100. Which I actually gave one of each of these to John last year in his basement.
Boy, are you? I'm just kidding.
But
He probably doesn't get two shits about
so
it.
it kind of started off with that, the 800 XL, because that's what I really like playing those games. I just kind of rolled over that comment.
I know.
I don't even remember me giving them to him. What are you talking about?
Put it somewhere up in the rafters.
It's his most prized possession, I swear.
But yeah, once you start collecting one of the consoles, it's like you'll see a eBay deal or Craigslist where it's like they just want to get rid of everything, and so it's got 2600 or Intellivision or ColecoVision. So it wound up expanding into those. So at one point, I honestly probably had 80 consoles, and probably 2,000 or 3,000 cartridges. I mean, it was a lot. It was crazy. And that's how I got those games.
Wow.
I was like, when I traded for the iRobot, I estimated if I spent a lot of time on it, I probably could have got $2,500 to $3,000 on eBay for all that stuff. But how much work that would have taken?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And shipping and dealing with all that shit.
Cartridges times 500,
Yeah,
You're
dealing
gonna
with
get
fuckers on
people
eBay.
Yeah, and they want to split everything up.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right, and scammers and chargebacks and all the rest of the bullshit that goes along with eBay.
yeah. So I was kind of glad. I still kept a few little gems, but the vast majority of it's all gone. But I was good with that. Kind of it was like weighing me down, all those plastic bins, you know.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I'm never gonna do anything with all this. What am I doing, you know?
Right
So-
now and today, like console stuff is like crazy hot.
Yeah, right.
Just like you,
And
both of you.
you know, so Tubular Gearhead.
I like that gag just keeps going.
I know.
He's like, I'm ignoring you, Jim. I
Wait.
mean business tonight.
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry, my brain's kind of working
You
weird.
said Andrew said console shit is hot, and I said just like you, both of you.
Oh,
And you're like, yeah,
okay.
and then yeah, my cartridge, and I was like, he's
So-
serious.
Yeah, Tubular Gearhead though, he still has a massive console collection. Like he's got cartridges that are probably like $1,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, Atari console cartridges. It's just ridiculous how expensive some of that stuff is. So
Well, you used to,
what
get
kind
like
of
a,
game would
you know-
command a price like that? What is that, like one of the rarest titles? that, or-
it's just like really oddball ones that the cartridge is shaped weird. You know, they have ones that at the top they have like this T handle. It's on the top to hold it and put it in. And
Okay.
I think it's called,
I've got a 2600 Combat. What's that going for?
yeah, about as much as a Pac-Man or
It's about the
Asteroids.
same as Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always thought my Space Attack cartridge was cool. That's that weird black shape with like the triangle top and it's got like the lip at the bottom. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I'm talking? Like, have you seen Space Attack? It's like if this was the cartridge, it's narrower,
Yeah,
and then the bottom is wide.
Wasn't
Like,
that
to fit into the
Defender
slot.
cartridge that was like that too?
Those were made by the guys who made television games, Jimbo, and they
Yeah.
adapted them on the bottom to fit Ataris
Ah,
Those are like third party. Yeah.
because that's an Intellivision game.
I take back my Defender comment. I know definitely Defender was not a weird shaped. Now that I think about it.
but it was a damn good game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you.
Those games piss me off when I'm looking for Intellivision games because you're looking through a bin and you see the skinny tops, and then you pull it out and you go, ah, shit, it's an Atari game. Because the top is skinnier than the bottom is.
It happens.
I
close
almost
shopping
wasted
all
a
the
nickel.
Yeah, what a pity.
All right, so I guess I gotta pass it on. I'll pass it on to the actual marketing director of John Jacobson Enterprises, right?
Right?
Take it
Yeah,
away.
yeah. The Get John Free Shit team.
Yeah.
No. It's all. It's a labor of love. We all enjoy doing it, but it's a labor nonetheless. So yeah, 34K on Clav, YouTube.com/thebitbar. Tonight's questions. What have I gotten rid of? Well, for the games, for this hobby specifically, I haven't yet. You know, I've been talking about the green car over my shoulder. I've been talking about getting rid of that this year, maybe, but it's not for games. So the problem is I don't have enough power in the garage to really buy any more games. So even if I got rid of the green car, it's just gonna be like maybe the arcade can spread out a little bit, but it's not going to be because I need to buy more games. But with like the 18 or 20 games I've got in here right now, I don't have enough power in here to run really much of any more games. So that's right.
Yeah. It costs you about $4,000, I think, to up to a 200 or a 300 amp panel.
No. My sub here in the garage, actually, I have a sub in here, and I've got 220 dedicated just for the games. So 2 separate 20 amp circuits, and then I've got 2 15s that are the regular wall things. So I theoretically could maybe swap out one of those 15s and rewire it for a 20 and put it in a new convenience outlet to do that, but I don't know. I mean,
Just do it Chicago style. Throw the extension cord over the fence, plug it in.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, no, I think the garage in total only has so 2 15s and 2 20s. So
106.
Yeah, 106. Good. Thank you. Good for the math. So there's not. I mean, beyond that, I'd have to look at the circuit that's actually coming from the mains and the house and throw more out here. So I don't know. I mean, selling the car is not going to be about buying more arcade games. But that's all I've got for the answer. So.
Oh, I didn't realize Adam's in the chat.
Yeah,
He
he
hasn't been on forever.
Hey, Adam.
Right, yeah, and thank you very much, Brian, because you took 2 games that were in my way, and if I can get rid of... Actually, I may have made a deal to get rid of the Revenge of Dough cabinet.
There you go.
Well, being that Steve has one, that won't break my heart.
Well, it's funny, Jim, because so I was over at 1UP today, talking to Exidy and picking up some stuff, so the place wasn't open yet. And we were walking through there, and I haven't been there in probably a couple months. And they've shifted everything around. So it used to be the pinball machines were like right when you walked in, they were on the left.
Okay.
And part of the problem there is that they'd get kind of a bottleneck because people would be like kind of gathered around the pinball machines. And on the other side of the bar, which is sort of in the middle of the space, there's a much greater space between the bar and the wall. They finally made a very good call, I think, which is to put all the pinball machines on the far wall and a bunch of the arcade games from that wall over on the other wall.
Okay.
So it's, pinball machines obviously a lot deeper. So there's a lot more space on that side of the bar. But when I walked in, one of the first things I noticed, besides they added a Paperboy, was that they added John added a Revenge of Dough.
Oh, nice.
So you gotta come out to 1UP, and we can do your world record out here.
Yeah, but I definitely need to practice on that game because it'd have to be a really good night.
Bring your helmet.
Well, I haven't unboxed it yet.
I haven't unboxed my helmet.
Well, I was gonna do a live unboxing of my.
Yeah, I was wondering what the unboxing was from you. All right, so bring your helmet, which maybe we'll see later. You'll have to buy drinks at the bar to fill it, of course.
Right.
But I'll stand there and antagonize and distract and annoy you. And you can put up a fucking world record at the.
It's funny because like that's a game where honestly, like if I attempt it at Grinkers, it's basically dependent on one level, and if I get a certain power up, and if I don't, I have no quarrels with just starting over.
How many levels in is that?
5.
5. Oh well, sweet. So right.
So it's nothing. So like
walk
I
away,
can
fill
go
up
play for 5 minutes,
and then.
Yeah. If I need to get one specific power up, and then that'll make or break like a 1,000,000-point game.
Right.
It's
that's
stupid,
funny.
but that's my strategy.
XD was talking about that too. And he was saying at some point that he had. I don't know if he actually had the officiated world record on the game, but he said something similar to what you were saying, which is that like, there's like one thing where you can just get crazy ass fucking points, and
you get the ball stuck. I almost feel it's kind of a gimmick, I guess. But it's not as bad as like the Paperboy glitch or whatever that's banned, But if you
ball regenerating power,
you get the 3 diverging ball. So like as long as you've got one ball on the screen, it's going to constantly split into 3.
Wait a second, show title.
So basically, you get the ball trapped. You get the ball trapped on the top where all the enemies are.
Yeah.
And you basically avoid every ball that comes down, so that it just keeps splitting up there. And every time each of those hits,
like unbreakable blocks
your score just all of a sudden just starts going because it's just and because they speed up, it's you have balls trapped at the top there, just going. And meanwhile, you're actually trying to avoid hitting them because you don't want to clear the level. So it's kind of funny. But it's a total gimmick. It just happened by accident one day. Like, holy fuck! I went from having a high score of like 200,000 to 800,000.
So anyway, I was very surprised to see the Revenge of Dough at 1UP. But we're actually doing a get together there this weekend. So Sam, who I don't know if Sam's in our chat yet, I haven't seen his post if he is.
I haven't seen him yet.
But Sam is finally for fucking, it's been months since I've even seen Sam. But supposedly he's coming down this weekend, and Crafty and a bunch of the other guys. We're gonna meet up at the one up on Sunday this weekend. And,
Nice.
You know if Sam's coming to CAX?
Wow. I will ask him that this weekend. That's a great thing, except he's a SoCal guy, so I don't know if he'd have like the NorCal connection to make that happen. So I haven't heard that from him, but I'll ask him.
Okay. Or if he comes
I'd
to
obviously love to have him there.
Yeah.
Fucking
Do our CAX challenge of playing every fucking working game.
Oh, boy.
Isn't that the and Proto-Palooza?
Right, and you got to bring your camera, Jim, and I'll bring my GoPro, and we'll film the whole fucking thing.
Yes, guys, by the way, if no one heard, I am officially going to CAX.
All right. Woohoo!
Yeah, sorry, I didn't spill the beans there.
I am a trifecta.
Yes.
Nice.
Jim and Carrie, I think, are our first confirmed non-staff, non-host trifectas.
I'm a trifecta.
Oh, that's right.
I'll pass to that.
Brad, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw you by the side.
I'll bend over and trifecta.
I was going to try to be, but I'm going to Guns N' Roses in Toronto. CAX is playing. We're going on, unfortunately.
I hope they play Shackler's Revenge. That's like my favorite Guns N' Roses.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear it. I'm so far away.
That's right. You got those tickets.
Yeah, I've got the
You can
nosebleeds
listen
with
to your Bud Lights.
I know. I got the nosebleeds with the instructed view. So I'll be drinking overpriced mostly Canadian from a cup, and I won't be able to hear it. And I'll have to rent binoculars. I still won't be able to.
To look around the column.
You can't see this.
The obstructed fucking nosebleeds. I can't believe they even have those. That's awful.
You might as well be in a closet.
Yeah, you may as well just like stay home and listen to CDs.
I
Right.
can almost hear the music. Yeah.
Just put you out in the parking lot with a projector screen or something.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
All right, so I'm going to throw up one last little thing in here, which doesn't have anything to do with our conversation, but just a fuck it, I'll do it later.
Nice. That's like me.
I got to do it later. Sorry. Yeah. So who's next? Chris.
See Bart.
Well, Chrissy.
I'm here.
He sold his life to the mayor and county jail for this hobby.
We have provincial, not county.
Oh shit! Sorry, provincial jail
There you go.
for the hobby.
I didn't sell anything, but I did have to move a nightstand, dresser, and a shelf, and my armchair that I used to sit in during the shows in the early days.
Did you sell them or just move them?
You just slid him over like
all
four.
the chair I gave to my brother, and the nightstand is actually beside my bed, for once. But I did have to move a lot of crap. Actually, no, I sold 2 lights because I didn't need more than the 4 that I have in here. But anyway,
I
you
love
can
that
find me,
story.
but you can find me on Clove, Twitter, and YouTube, everything except Facebook, because I hate that shit, and if I don't say it now, Carrie will remind me.
Yes, I will.
I'm
Find you anywhere.
incognito. The second I got my cell phone back that night, I disabled Facebook very quickly. And deleted it on
Now the
YouTube
plot
account.
thickens. Now we know the story of the.
Yeah, now
Of it.
The plot thickens.
Yeah.
the thought.
It's called I don't want my mugshot anywhere. Like, you know what? The first thing the news does when they get the media releases is they Google and YouTube the link and Facebook, Twitter the person and try to get a mugshot for 6 o'clock news. So first thing that had to go was my Facebook.
Wait a second, there's a mugshot?
Well, no, but like, you know when you like this person was caught doing blah blah blah, and there'll be like their Facebook photo of them with their friends and like a bottle of vodka in one and like a joint in the other. Yeah, I didn't want any of those photos up, so I wiped out my Facebook.
You and your track and field.
I just realized I hope to God I never get in trouble with the law, and they find this fucking show. Because like, I don't post shit on Facebook or Twitter or none of that stuff, but like I realize like it's like I keep a pretty low profile when it comes to social media. It's like, oops.
No, I've been on 48 or 45 YouTube videos. Oh shit.
I wouldn't worry. We only have 16 watching now, and that's probably how many are in the chat.
That's most of us probably.
Yeah, so there's 6 people.
All right, so we got Gus, we got Mike, we got Adam.
Brian,
Adam.
We got Brian. Who else we got?
I thought that count was in the millions.
We got
just make
Anonymous Hate.
We've got Josh from Canadian Arcade, the lighter side of Canadian Arcade.
Hey, I told Josh to come and join in tonight. We
have
Brian.
Brian.
We've got Steven. So, is anyone here not in the YouTube chat?
I'm not in it.
There you go. That's one. So that's.
Yeah, I'm not in the YouTube chat. I tried it, and it passes out my projector.
All right. So, hey, we've got 8.
Gak, are you gonna unhook or are you just gonna hang out?
I'll just unhook.
Adam.
Mike.
All right. I'll catch you guys later.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Adam, there's gonna be room in a second. Come on, brother.
Nice.
That's very nice.
I'm on a mission.
So who went last? I'm lost.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I didn't pass. No, Chris went last.
No,
I passed
you
to
passed
Chris.
it to me, so I'm going to go to the other side of Canada and go to Whip.
And Adam made it.
Quit.
Oh boy.
Is it
Basically,
working?
what I ended up doing is 12 years ago I bought this house.
Oh, Adam.
Because I've been collecting for 24 years, and I was in an apartment before, and I had a couple of games in there. Wasn't enough room. Took some to my office, and eventually, when we were looking for a house, I had to make sure there was a house with a basement that could have an arcade. So, guess I moved from an apartment to an actual house. That's kind of what I got rid of, I guess.
Got rid of your. That works.
Yeah. Took out a mortgage.
Got rid of the leasing, not mortgage.
Yeah, got rid of the rental payments, went to a mortgage. That's what I got rid of. By the way, Orange Whip on Clove, Twitter on Whipflash Whipflash, Orange Whip was taken. And yeah, check out the arcade hangout.com or arcaderoadtrip.com is the same thing. And that's it for me. Just bought a house. It's all in storage now, so I guess I'm paying rental fee. I'm also in storage, but there's a specific reason why I'm in storage, and a few of you know, pre-show I've mentioned that's part of the reason why I'm in storage right now as well. So, so let's go, Jim Bodini. Did you already go? I can't remember now. Fuck, I'm like so lost.
Dude, there's been like no sound effects in this show so far.
I know. It's
Yeah,
quiet.
I've been really sipping. I've been sipping.
You need to drink more, Jimbo. We need sound effects.
I want to page Mr. Herman.
I know he
Yeah, I just did
apologized for going off show schedule or whatever, but you haven't gone yet, right, Jimbo?
No, I haven't gone yet. So, Jim Bodini on Clav, YouTube channels, Dinky Flicks. I'm trying to think because I've really only lived in. Well, no, I lived in. The whole reason I have a storage unit is because I lived in a house for a while with a friend of mine, and then had to move out and then was shortly unemployed and had to have a storage unit or sell every game that I owned. So, but when I lived alone, I basically had to get rid of a kitchen table because I had no furniture because it was all arcade games in my one-bedroom apartment. And so I guess you could say that. But otherwise, recently, I used to have an office desk. This used to be just the office area. And when I got the red tent and the Marble Madness, that had to go so that I could put those in there. And eventually, you can't see it, but eyes is over this side. So that was a big thing. It was a really huge like office desk, but it never really got used. So it was pretty easy to just get rid of that and toss that out of there. And now there's a lot more space. But except when I'm like working on something, in which case then this place looks like a horror movie and it's lined in plastic and shit all over the place. So, but yeah, nope, that's all I got. Nothing too exciting. So.
Jim, what do you pay for that storage unit? Can you divulge that? I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's about $60 a month.
Oh my God, that's nothing. That's a lot less.
Yeah,
than
but
you were gonna say.
but you know, I got that.
I mean, over 10
unit,
years,
and
whenever.
it's been about 5 years, and I just visited my storage unit. I tried to visit like once a month, but I had to drop off.
Do you take flowers when you go?
Yeah, that's right. I just lay them down. I say a little prayer. No, it was funny. I dropped off the other CompuVen machine, the one that I had restored, but I hadn't actually put it all together. Just the extra parts and stuff that I wanted to hang on to, I dropped off there, and it's just it almost brings a tear to my eye. Like there's so much stuff. Like I have maxed out that I mean it was hard to find space for this empty cabinet. I had to get clever with that and wedge it between Simpsons and Cheyenne, but but it worked. So, but you know, I'm always discovering things I forgot I had. But anyways, so yeah, it brings a tear to my eye. I can't. I mean, if there's any motivator to get a house, that's one right there. But,
Jim, how many games are in there?
10, I believe. So, and it's
$60.
you know two are Konami cabinets. So, but you know it's a lot of.
For the amount that you've paid the last
shit.
5 years, it's gone up that much in 5 years. You're even at least.
Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. It'll be nice though. I mean, I miss playing the games, and every time I'm there, it's a reminder. It's like, wow, you're paying money for games you can't play. Fuck you, life.
Probably don't work anymore.
I know. I'm dreading that too. But there are things about like most of them that I've decided that I would like to, because I look at my old games and I'm like, man, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. That game could use laminate. Like there's things I want to do to each of them. So it's going to be a slow process moving them into the house. I've decided when we get a house, because I'm going to like one by one get them like pristine and then move them into wherever they're going. So it'll be like I have 9 more projects, but I'm hoping most of the games fire up. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got. Yes, cross your toes too. Let's see here. Well, let's see. Oh, Adam. I'll pass it to Adam.
Yeah, before I start, I mean, I must have been gone for a long time because you've got this monster setup now. What's all this going on? Microphone.
You have been gone for a while. I got
taken up.
You haven't been on for months.
Frame here.
Yeah, I got this mic arm and a mixer and stuff back in like January and February. So
okay. So you're like
Hey,
legit.
$10. These things into a can.
No, it's I don't know, because I started playing with all these sound effects and stuff, and I'm like, I might as well do it right. So
Sure.
Plus with a lot of my videos and like if we do, me and my friends are doing like we do short films and stuff, and a lot of times you have to do like ADR or voiceover stuff, and so I'm like I had already been eyeballing kind of a setup, but then I was like, well, I can use this for the show too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you ever catch Gleek at him, he has the exact same setup.
He does.
Fucking no, he's got his 9-inch Tabasa mic.
He's got a what?
He's got this like silver like 9-inch mic that he likes to swallow from time to time.
He's got the intruder.
The shocker.
No, it was like 2 weeks, like a week or two after I got my setup. He's like, what kind of mixer and stuff you got? And then like next week he had
all the same gear.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. I probably have really shitty equipment. I don't know. Yeah.
So what's the question? What have I had to get rid of to get more games?
Yeah, what did you have to move or get rid of to make space for games or parts?
I don't think I've ever had to get rid of anything. When I built this house, I built that enormous game room, and since then I've just been filling it with crap. I don't think I've ever had to get rid of anything to acquire more crap.
Whoever's doing this better call me when they work.
Well, you have some crap in your garage I've seen in videos.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to move a lot of stuff around, but I'm trying to think if I've had to really get rid of anything. I don't think I've had to. No, I don't think I've had to get rid of everything, but I've had to, just basically find new places for stuff. Move stuff in from the garage into the basement, move stuff from the game room that's taking up space. That's not really arcade game related. Move that, into the garage or whatever. It's kind of just like moving things around, like Jenga. Just trying to find places to put things so that I can have room for more stuff, I guess. So, but yeah, I don't think I've had to get rid of anything, have I? I don't think so. Yeah, I've been fortunate so far, but that'll come to an end at some point, right? We only have enough room for so much junk.
Well, it's nice that you could build a house where you've dedicated a space for it all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I really want to get the basement set up this year to do like all refurbishing of the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. I think I mentioned that before. I'm getting there. I'm getting close. But yeah, that's the plan. Bring the cabs down in the basement, refinish them all, and then when they're all 100%, move them up into the game room.
So you're doing the opposite of John Jacobson.
Well, no, that's what he does, right? I mean, he pulls them out into the garage, he gets them all tip top, and then he moves them down.
He puts them in the basement, but you're putting them. You're going to work on them in the basement and bring them back up.
Yeah.
The technical term is basement worthy. Hashtag basement worthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Copyright.
You don't have to bring them through a storm door, do you?
I have to bring them down. I would have to bring them down the cellar stairs, which is over here, down a bulkhead into the basement, finish them, then bring them up the bulkhead, and then bring them up another flight of stairs into the game room.
So that sounds like work.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually what's that?
Oh, I was just going to say, I've got your love testers all boxed up, ready to go.
Are they? So what's the story? How many of those things are you sending to me?
Well, I'm going to send you one full cabinet that's like complete. It's got the power supply and everything's mounted in there, and then I'm going to send you the other two boards, another power supply. So basically, one full cabinet and then a bunch of extra parts.
Okay. And what's the status? Like all of them have issues, or?
I can't get like the marquee all powers up, but none of them, they all like act weird, like do different things a little bit. But none of them I can't get any of them the game element of it to work. Like, I don't know, like like there'll be like weird combinations of stuff showing up on the little LED, but it won't or LCD or whatever, but it'll never like kick in or it seem like it boots up.
Right. And I think you mentioned too, like some of them play sound, but they play like random sounds, right? Like little phonemes.
Random sounds, and some will just like keep repeating.
Yeah.
Like, hope to see you soon.
Soon.
And Mike's
I almost should go back and like because you could probably watch that show or whatever to get because I'm sure I explained it better on that show because I had the unit there.
Right.
Because it's been so long. I mean, I finished up all these other ones, but those I've just kind of put off to the side.
Sure.
And then
how big is this thing? How big is this box going to be that you're going to send me?
You're
not going to do like what Dave did, are you?
What are you saying? Like the biggest box there is?
Yeah, right.
Filled with popcorn.
Why don't you just check him in the flight, Jim, and then bring him out to Brofest?
Are you going to be there, Adam?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh.
Okay, well that brings up another question. I was playing Eyes earlier, and I had to quit because the show was starting. I was playing sober, so it wasn't that exciting, anyways. But I was wondering, like, I wasn't planning on it, but do you think I should bring my own control panel there? Like, I don't see, like, I played fine at Grinkers. Like, I don't think it's just a Wicco joystick.
Well, no, but like if he's got a fucked up Wicco on there, then it could be that, or
like if the grommets shit. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Bringing your own control panel to a tournament, that might be the ultimate douchey thing anyone's ever seen ever.
Oh, no way. Fucking Fly brought his own buttons to Grinkers.
Did he? Well,
yeah, didn't Joe bring his own Paperboy controller
Yeah,
panel?
Joe had an extra. I don't remember what the deal was. There was an extra panel there. I don't know if Joe brought it or how that worked. But
that was Torin, I think.
Yeah, Torin brought his.
Yeah, I was going to say Joe's paperboy doesn't even work in his garage. He's
He's done like one or two working games, right?
Yeah. One of them is the beer fridge.
So Jim, I don't think that's totally douchey. I gotta go against Joel on this one. Like, I think that's like your world record, like level. If you actually get there and like find out that the game is fucked up and doesn't work the way you want it to.
Well, do you keep it in your car at all times in case you come across an arcade that dies?
Sleeps with it.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me, man? I put it in my pocket. No.
Special eyes backpack.
He's got a special, yeah.
It's a little comfortable. I have like a
custom-made backpack.
Yeah, spare power supply, spare
Yeah.
PCB, spare control panel.
You should see
He's got his little step, so he's at the right height at all times.
Let's backtrack a little bit. So is that guy bringing the ice? Because I don't think was totally.
It sounds pretty much like it. I've exchanged some PMs. It's happening. I would say a 90% chance it's happening because he's for sure picking it up. He's bringing it out there. It's just a matter of where he's going to put it. In fact, he also confirmed that he is bringing the dolly.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's right. Yeah, I saw that one. So one of the things we have to not worry so much about that, but like just keep in mind is that we also have to get sign-off from Clint on recording the score and how the score is recorded.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern.
And so we have to get Clint to say that, like, all right, so he will deputize or whatever he has to do, a couple of people to sit there and verify every time you roll it, and we could film it.
Let's say a bunch of us just film it with our cameras.
But how long? I mean, how long of a game is it?
On average, my games last about an hour.
Okay, so I know my GoPro won't record for a full hour because it just doesn't do that.
Like 20 minutes. Huh?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's like there's a cutoff where like after 20 or 30 minutes it just shuts off. So I don't know if it's like a file size or whatever the issue is with it. But I mean, Jim, if you could bring a camera, I mean, obviously we could set that up as well. And then, but the problem then is having.
Yeah, I don't really want to
verify it there.
I really don't want to bring my camera because it's fragile. I've got lenses and shit. Like, I'm already bringing enough. But I don't know. I don't really want to bring any more shit than I have to.
Right. So we do have to also figure out like how to get Clint on board with taking the score, regardless of where it is. If it's in Fun Spot or if it's in a cabin or if it's in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
I mean, if you lower your cell phone down to a lower resolution, I mean, it should be able to record for hours.
Well, yeah, but like wanting to make sure too that like Clint is good with taking a score there, then he's gonna have to review the entire video, and you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I want it to be completely.
To make it happen
I don't want there to be any dispute.
Right.
No,
right.
Like, yeah.
Well, I was thinking
live.
If
he's playing live.
If 3 or 4 of us did that, I mean, and recorded it, and we all vouched for it.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the most practical thing would probably be if Clint just like was like okay, like you said, dubbed like you or Gak or whoever as a legit scorekeeper, and you got, and one of you just was there,
just sat there, just tallied every million.
Yeah, and I'll plus it'd be convenient for me because I'll need someone to refill my beverages.
Oh, we're not going to leave you alone. You're going to be fucking annoyed the entire time with us.
I'm like, get off me! Quit humping my leg, Andrew. No.
That's right. Give me a towel.
Not behind the knee.
Also, as well, you want someone to keep John Jacobson from walking up at 45 minutes and like grabbing your cock while you're playing.
He didn't punch me in the balls, but he kicked me behind the knees a few times at Grinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds bad enough, but like when you also need a game that you're playing.
Yeah.
This fucking hurts.
So Jim, you're going for the world record at Fun Spot? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So Jack Lick on Clav is picking up an Eyes in New York, and he's going to Brofest, so he's going to bring it there so I can go for the record.
Sweet.
There. I mean, not go for it. I'm going to get it. If the arcade record is easy peasy, but I want to like knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Easy peasy. That's fighting talk where I come from.
4 million I can get in my sleep.
Well, you
but I want to get.
Yeah. You go for the absurd.
Maybe this will be my trick. I cleared 2 levels of stage 8 without looking at the screen today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jim plays Eyes blindfolded.
A joke. I see
what you did there.
I play Eyes without eyes. Get it? What the fuck?
All right.
I got a question for Adam.
Shoot.
Well, I was over at Griffin's house. Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Night? Yeah. And I noticed he had a pole position, and he told me the graphics are all jarbled and crud. So I said, well, Adam's working on his thing, but next time he comes on the show, we can ask him where it's at.
You totally screwed up my joke later. I was going to get all excited about showing Adam my pee-pee that I finally found.
How long did it take?
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Kaylin helped me find it.
So, the last I heard from my layout guy is that the prototype's about 80% done, and he's also in a similar business that I am of doing. He's a electrical engineer by trade, and so he's got work and family to juggle with too. But we're definitely progressing. We reviewed a little bit of the layout the other day for the prototype, and it's really close. And so he just got pulled into a project that he's got to wrap up, and then once he's done with that, he'll finish up the prototype, and then we should have some hardware to play with. So that's the plan. Still no dates, but we're definitely getting there. So.
Do Hangout Bros get to test for you?
What's that?
Do Hangout Bros get to test for you?
Yeah, I'll have to figure something out. I mean, I don't know. This guy and I, we never really figured out how many prototypes we're going to make. I mean, I don't think there's a need to make a whole ton, but maybe half a dozen or so. And then once we get the whole design nailed down, then we can basically send them out to people to try out and whatnot. So that's the plan.
Yeah, everyone's starting to lay odds on who's going to finish the FPGA project. You or Crafty?
What's that?
Everyone's starting to lay odds on who's going to finish their FPGA project. You or Crafty first?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Crafty at the rate he's going.
Yeah,
he's a fucking sprinting through that.
What's he working on?
He's a Nibbler, Fantasy, and Balloon.
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
Oh, Pioneer Balloon.
Pioneer Balloon, yeah.
Yeah.
Vanguard's too, so all 4 of them.
Pole position would have been done years ago if it wasn't just for the complexity of it. There's just so much there.
Yeah, he doesn't have any custom chips to deal with.
Yeah. There's so many layers of graphics that are going on at the same time, and there's like 3 audio processors on there, and it's just a beast.
Yeah, I was just poking fun. I know your project is a lot harder.
No. I mean, he like started. I mean, I gave him one of my spare FPGA kits for him to tinker with, and within a month, he had already had his first, a platform done, and it's been up and so.
He's definitely disappeared into that project.
Yeah.
I think
it's good for him. I mean, he's.
Adam, you're just more popular with the ladies, so you don't have as much time.
I don't have time for all that arcade crap.
I think Crafty's aiming at like September.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So who hasn't gone? I guess I got to pass this off to somebody.
Buffett was talking about not going yet.
All right, well, let's pass it off.
Steve hasn't gone yet.
We'll pass it off to Buffett. I know he goes a bit early. This is probably past his bedtime.
Not quite, but it's...
No?
Well, so far the only thing I've had to move out of here to make room was a pair of crimpers.
Hold on, before we even get into that, what'd you have for
You're never going to see those crimpers again, ever.
Probably not. I might have to get Adam to go over there and do a little recap.
No,
Yeah, I'll
that's what
swipe
the
'em.
Buffett, you did like the early days of clicking the support button for John by sending them those crimpers.
First supporter.
I'm telling you what.
That's right.
At least he pimps me in some of his videos a little bit. You know.
So wait, has John just gone kind of nuclear now on ramping up the donate to me thing, or what?
Yeah, no, he doesn't give two shits. He's just like, yeah, support me.
Yeah. Maybe he ought to pay for you to come up here to Brofest or something. In exchange for my crampers. Why not?
And what do you charge for rental, Buffett?
I probably should start charging $20 a month. He's probably
Yeah, I mean, you know, retroactive. I think you could pay for a trip to Brofest right there.
So one Buffett every 2 months? Is that what you're charging them?
That's half a Buffett.
Buffett's a year. How many years has it been?
I don't know. I think it's what? Ever since he did the pack restore.
It's Pac-Man, man. That was 2-3 years ago at least.
Do you want us all to shake him down at Brofest there, Buffett, for you? We'll all surround him.
Yeah, sure, why not? Make sure somebody takes the video. I want to see it. That'll send me a Google Hangout link real quick, and I'll watch it on my phone.
Anything you want us to crimp on him?
And maybe some of them earrings.
Did you say Prince Albert?
Yeah, why not? But no, I don't know. I don't know. When I got in the arcade hobby, I just had a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. It was just old stuff that I didn't need. Some of it was trash and stuff I had from childhood that just beat up over the years. Old plywood, building materials. So we just moved it all out. I've slowly filled it in with everything I got now. So kind of move pop out of the shed and whatnot.
Quit playing Green Beret.
I already muted him.
Record time.
So, but yeah, no, I didn't have to move too much stuff around. Just stuff I just didn't need anymore.
You have some massive storage too, don't you?
Yeah, well, I do what I don't. I've got 3 20-foot connexes here with stuff in it. So I got that, and then I've got a big barn at my other property. So I have some stuff up there, but not much. That's where a lot of the stuff that I wanted to keep that I didn't need here, that I have no use for, right now, that's where a lot of it went. And I've since filled in this place with where that gap came from. So, I'm not necessarily out of room, but it's inconvenient for me to have my stuff at my other property. So it's just too far away. So.
Is that the one you were planning on moving to at some point? Was that?
Yeah, that's the place I'm going to eventually move to. Yeah. So, but that won't be for quite a few years yet. So, yeah, got to get everything done around here before I can go anywhere up there. So, but so yeah, it hasn't been too hard of a transition. You just fill one thing in with another and just move it down the line. But anyway, people get a hold of me. It's hit me up at my email, thearcadebuffet@gmail.com, or hit me up on KLive under buffet. Check out my website, thearcadebuffet.com. Send your monitors in, buy parts, get them fixed, all that happy jazz. Let me see if I can figure out what my YouTube channel is again. I don't remember.
Fuck Adam.
You love that video.
I forgot you did that one too.
But yeah, Buffet Arcade Man on YouTube. Check out my videos. Maybe you'll like them. So.
You have a nice green title slate. I like that. On all your videos.
Oh, on mine, yeah. Favorite color's green. What do you expect?
I expect green.
That's it, man. And it's easy to see. It's pronounced. It's not hard on the eyes. Like if you're watching in the dark, it's not like whammo, you know, black and white, you know. Yeah. That makes it nice. It's a nice color scheme. So, but, well, I guess what? Who hasn't gone?
Well, Dave hasn't gone, and he fucking made the question. And who else do we have? We had Steve. No, Steve, you went early.
I went already.
It's just Dave.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Get her done, man. Come on. Unmute yourself.
Dave.
Yeah, you're muted
there,
buddy.
Dave.
Paging.
All right. Paging Mr. Herman, am I okay now?
Yeah.
My back on, all right.
Wait.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Aruba,
Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk.
Thanks for posting that link in the YouTube chat there, Adam.
That doesn't get recorded, right? Just the video portion gets recorded. It's on the video.
I missed the all right, Dave from Buffalo, back to 2001. I'll have to look at this link in a minute.
It's been shown before.
It's an old one.
Oldie but a goodie, I assume.
Oh yes.
Very good.
I have a small basement, and what's kind of funny is more heavy stuff has come into this basement and out of this basement. Like for a while, I was getting all these 32-inch Trinitrons. I was going to have this man cave, and they were selling them on Craigslist, 8 years ago. I'm like, oh, everybody's dumping them for $40. So I had like 5 32-inch Sony Trinitrons with stands down here. It was like Stonehenge. They were all over the place. those have come and gone. And then I got into this thing where I collected soda machines. I had 2 vintage. Shut up. I had 2 vintage. I had a Pepsi. And Cousin Brian he always helped me move them. I had a Pepsi machine and a Dr. Pepper machine down here, the kind with the bottles where you open up the door and you just pull it out.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll restore these, or they were just cool as shit. They were about 4 feet tall.
If only Bud Light
they're
had
heavy.
bottles.
Oh God, true. But none of them. They were the mechanisms. They were all cold. They definitely were cold, but they needed a ton of work. So those have come and gone, and the TVs have come and gone. And
then you moved on to laundry machines, right? You were that laundry machine whack job.
And then the plastic.
Watch the spin cycle. Oh my God!
I remember
the plastic lawn chairs after that.
Oh, that's good. I like that one. I saw that look like cloth. But the funny thing is with Cousin Brian, the first game I had after I got rid of the soda machines and the TVs was the Punch Out, and when we put it down in the basement, we're just laughing like, how much? Well, what else are you gonna put down here and take out? Why don't we just start? We're gonna get a car down here, and then we're gonna get a car, and then we're gonna put it back up because it was so freaking heavy with the 2 monitors. But I went from last year. I was just looking at when we were talking about this. I had the Centipede and the Punch Out, so I had 2, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have 2 in the garage, so I have 9.
Where's Spy
This
Hunter?
is also
Was that
last
down
May. No, Spy Hunter and the new game I got, Super Off-Road, is in the garage right now.
Good
Spy
luck with
Hunter's
that.
going to come down here.
Yeah, Spy Hunter is like a fucking Atari cab heavy. That thing is a fucking beast. At least it has wheels.
Yeah, I moved it around in the garage a little, and it hadn't left a spot since they delivered it until like 2 days ago, and I just moved it. I'm like, damn, this is heavy, and I was
That's a fucking heavy
getting a little
game.
nervous. But I did get rid of, I got rid of a bookcase and a bunch of crap down here, and I'm getting rid of another bookcase because I'm thinking this is wasted space. I can get more games down here. But that's what I mean, I have limited space down here, but
so how many games do you fit? Like what's your capacity?
Maybe 12 or 13. But I mean that's with nothing else here really, if the perimeter is surrounded.
You got room for a cocktail
13.
in the middle?
No. That's why someone in the YouTube chat posted a Super Checks in Rochester, and I'm like, I don't have the room down here for a Super
Well, those
Checks.
are fucking expensive. Those go for like $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, the guy on the YouTube chat said, "Oh, it's $25 in Rochester, and it was 13 days ago." That is so gone. There's no question. I mean, it's not even worth it. I mean, that was gone in an hour.
Yeah,
You
my
know?
next door
You
neighbor
can still
actually
find
used to be
those
like
new.
he used to be like a grand champion. He like would go and do Super Checks shit like all over the country.
Jeez.
I had no idea, like until he came over and he's like, "What the fuck have you done to your garage?" He's like,
I
"Look at all the
I
games."
just like the distorted national anthem that it plays at the beginning.
Right.
Oh, I love it.
You put a quarter and it's like it's like oh, it's so bad. Once in a
But
while
that
one of the
was-
guys
that
would
was-
get popped up. And so you'd be playing hockey with one of the guys like rolling around on the ice because he came right out.
You're like, yeah, you're hitting the guy.
You're hitting the guy. We just
But that was
real.
great in-
machine.
It's like real hockey.
that was in the same at putt-putt golf and games. That was there when I was in the heat of all this playing. Like that was new. That was part of like going to the arcade for me at least. The Super Check was there. Just the fact that you could hit the button and boo, you were like boo boo. I'm like, this is great. It was just such an experience. I love Super Checks.
It was oh, it's awesome, and I would much rather have one of those than like a foosball table.
Yeah.
Because we played a
in
shit
my
ton
part
of
of the
foosball in college.
Oh, foosball. I've seen guys who are good at foosball, and it's like, this isn't the game I played. Like, I just spin the fucker, and then they're just
fucking guys.
yeah.
They're
like what, no spinning?
You can't do that.
Guys, yeah, they're like doing like the vertical passes and like that. Wham!
Yep.
Like what the fuck?
The ball's just gone. Yep.
Yeah, it's like you hear that like, when the ball hits that metal back, and it's like
Clock.
snap. And you're like, fuck.
It's like It's like a knocker.
Yeah, it is. It's
That's
like a
what it sounds
knocker
like,
hit ball.
My neighbors in Long Island, when I lived there, they had a foosball, and my wife's girlfriend came with her boyfriend, and he was like beyond what we were at foosball, and he just we played like with the spinning, and this guy was like, okay, this is I guess how you're supposed to play. Like he killed everybody, but that's I got rid of some bookcases and some TVs and some soda machines, but yeah, then nothing major. It was crap anyway. Arcade games are way better.
High five.
That's it. You know what? I was trying to think. You know what got me back into this was actually John's. I started getting nostalgic maybe 5 years ago or 4 years ago. I think I started Googling like arcade games, and then the YouTube, and then I started watching John's video. Saw his basement. I didn't realize that until we were just talking about it an hour ago, and I'm like, that's what got me thinking of getting the Centipede. Was watching his videos.
I didn't even know that John had videos until the podcast on Club, because I didn't really I didn't really look at YouTube for arcade videos, and then he started like talking about them on the Arcade Outsiders. So it wasn't.
I've been watching for years, and it was it's probably been because I'm thinking of how many like year-end videos have I seen him touring when he shows the 4 switches up top, which used to be which are actually pull switches and everything, and the year-end review, and I'm like, man, I've watched a lot of these, and that's what got me into it. It's like, wow, that's awesome that he's got this basement arcade. Like, man, I want to relive my childhood because John and I are the same age, and that it was I was 10 in 1982. And my little 10-year-old boner's going into freaking putt-putt, and I'm like loving life.
My 10-year-old boner.
Yeah,
I need to grab that sample.
And it's been like such a weird thing. Like I played Punch-Out at the bowling alley, and Asteroids, and I remember when Donkey Kong was brand new, and Centipede behind me, which you've seen that YouTube video of me in '82 at Walt Disney World. And Frogger, I mean, I can't believe I own this stuff, and I these are all on the cheap, and I'm, nowhere near the caliber of you fellow collectors because I haven't done much repairs besides the trackball, but I'm just glad to be here, and
we're glad to have you, Dave.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Playing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I got a working Punch-Out, and then my kid wants me to. I have to beat everybody, and he wants to play Mr. Sandman. It's like I have to do all this work. And then he's like, no, Daddy, you beat this guy. You beat this guy. No, Daddy, I want to do this one. I'm like, oh, my God. I just spent all this work getting to Mr. Sandman, and he wants to play nice. It's like,
kids are assholes.
Son. How about you play Glass Joe, and I'll play everyone else? No.
What's funny is he's obsessed with Mario Kart and everything, and the 2 games in the garage are Spy Hunter and the Super Off-Road, and both of them, Daddy, you got to push the pedal, because he's so little he's got to stand on it, and I have to like be involved.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's like, Daddy, just push the pedal. I'm like, all right. And I keep worrying that he's going to mess up the Spy Hunter because he's all excited, but it's good. It's fun. But
I have to do the same on Outrun. I have to do the same in Outrun for my daughter. I have to do the gear shift and the pedal, and then she just goes out. You should see the shit out of Paperboy. Holy shit, dude! Looks like they're going to tear those handlebars clean out of it. Whatever.
I can't imagine.
It's fine.
No, I mean they love it. They were like, "Oh, we want to play the games." I'm like, "This is good." So when the wife's like, another game, and I got the Super Offer last week from my cousin. He had it for 10 years. He paid $200 for it. He moved, and then now he's like, "You can just give me what I paid for it." So I went and got it this week. I can't remember. It was last Friday. I got it on Friday. And then she's like, "What the hell is this?" I go, "Look, it's worth way more. It's a driving game. Carter, my daughter thought it's the best ever because it's got 3 steering wheels." But yeah, that's it. Anyway, who has it gone?
We've all gone. However, I just want to attract everyone's attention to the chat very briefly, and then not talk about it. So, Jim, we got an unboxing.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, we do. This is all in the name of getting my eyes world record. We discussed this last week, and hopefully, oh my God.
Is it going to fit over your headphones?
I don't know. We'll find out. So I picked up.
You got to get some kind of put it up tonight. You got to wear it and drink out of that shit tonight.
I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh my God! It's totally like kind of like a baseball helmet. Holy fuck!
It has to be a baseball.
Needs to be hard so when you fall over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's got a chin strap.
Oh my God! Hold on, let me present you, Jimbo.
It's got a chin strap and a kickstand.
Woo! So fuck my liver.
Fuck my liver.
Here we go.
That's
brilliant,
a look.
Jim.
That's classy.
That's a look right there.
Good choice.
Yeah. So this is what's gonna make or break my high score.
We got to get like an eyes.
It'll be a fine line.
Put that on the back of it.
Red Bulls in each one.
No. It's gonna be hard alcohol.
Yeah.
A solid buzz in order to get my.
I was going to ask you, what is your, because everyone's got their alcohol sweet spot for ultimate performance, right? If you're playing pool, it might be like 3.2 beers.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like a science. You're right though, Joel. It totally is. I would say between 1 and 2 double Manhattans, and I'm good.
Right.
Or
like
about like 6 or 7 beers. If you do because you find that threshold. If you do like 1 or 2 more, then you're fucked. If you do 1 or 2 less, you don't have the right buzz yet, so you don't have like the perfect. Yeah. I need a lot of ambient noise. I need distractions going around, people talking. That's why some of my best games have been during the show, because I'm just listening while I'm playing, and I'm not really focused on the game. You're kind of in like a trance.
Now, do you find that rubbing one out right before the game relaxes?
Ooh, no. That's a good point. Like, where does your testosterone level need to be? Because I didn't know this.
See, I haven't had those experiences yet. Well, I'll be right back, guys, and I'll no.
Then check yourself on the love tester.
Yeah, the love.
Yeah.
You want the love tester.
But not with your finger.
No. It's as Carrie suggested. It's coccuvent. No, is that you, Andrew? Coccuvent.
Coccuvent, yeah.
Come back soon. Come back soon.
Yeah.
Come back soon.
Come back. Come back.
They're always open.
Yeah. I said come back soon. Yeah.
Come back soon, but not too much.
And not too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genius. No, I didn't realize they had so many of these. I went on Amazon and I just did like a little search, and I'm like, oh, they have different colors. Maybe I'll just get a green one. And then I saw this fuck my liver on it. I'm like, okay, done. That's mine.
What a total like bachelor party.
Oh, it's totally it's pretty terrible. Terribly awesome. It makes me think of Happy Gilmore, where his caddy's got one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think I even saw one of those beer dispensing helmets, and then it cuts to him.
So hey Gak, speak beer. You're unboxing something. You seen this yet?
Yes, I've had those. Yeah.
Have you tried it?
It's not hoppy like what I would consider hoppy.
I haven't had one yet.
It's creamy. It's European style, I'd say.
All right. This is my first. So I'm cracking my first one of these. So Guinness. I'm still drinking Guinness tonight, but I'm having a Guinness IPA. Where the fuck?
Nitro.
A Nitro IPA.
American style with that. That's
all right.
Nice shirt, Gak.
Thanks. Speaking of shirt, I got my own little unboxing I'm gonna try to do.
Oh shit! Oh hey, and actually, speaking of that, Gak, I have a Vistaprint box that just arrived.
Oh, you got an unboxing too.
Do you want me to show that?
Sausage Fest
program. So you do yours first, and I'll pour this Guinness IPA, which just sounds like a fucking terrible idea.
Presenting you, Gak.
All right.
Well, while we're waiting for him to do that, can I just say I got my color DMD today for my Indiana Jones, and oh damn, does it look good? It's good.
Yeah, I saw that. That was awesome. So I got a shipment of shirts here that are basically for shirts that I have to ship out for people that wanted to buy them direct.
Oh boy.
Can't make it.
Thanks.
So there's the front.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Dave, that's an awesome shirt you sent me via text.
You
do realize that I have the Cobra Kai version.
So NASWA is an official sponsor this year, huh?
They are, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then
Look at that list of fucking Cult of Clint down there.
50 people.
Wow.
Hey, from Buffalo, I love it. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's me.
We got
Hey, Seabird, right at the bottom.
right here.
Yep, there it is. One
Hey,
shirt.
A guest on the night.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome.
I told John today that I got some stuff to donate for Grinkers.
Oh,
And
nice.
I was like, who should I talk to, Chris? And I get a one-word answer, probably.
That's John for you.
So is everybody on tonight going?
No. I
No?
wish.
Okay.
Steve Bart is not going.
Oh, Seabart's going.
Steve Bart's not legally allowed out of the country.
Province.
Yeah.
Out of the province.
He's still wearing an anklet.
That and you too, Griffey, unless you're making it out there.
No, I'm not going out to Brofest. I'll be in Costa Rica.
Ooh.
Oh. Sweet.
Look at that sticker.
I'll be hanging with the monkeys.
That's the full color version of the shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you guys have seen this one before. John actually has these already at his place.
Yeah.
And then we got another new one.
Yep, so we're doing the full on. Yeah,
Nice.
on paper. That turned out good.
Yeah, it did.
That looks good.
Does it have a white border, or is that?
Yeah, it's you peel off.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So the sticker is still the full size, but the white
so
border
that's
is
what it peels off.
Sweet, awesome. I was wondering how they were going to do that.
Right. Yeah. When I first saw them, I'm like, "What the hell's the white border all about?" You know.
There was no white border in the fucking artwork.
Right. And then when they sent when we had the oh, I guess there was a smaller border on these ones. The Grinkers ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, they put that on there, though. That's not for me, though.
Yeah, right. yeah, they just kind of, however they did it, die cut them or something.
Yeah. I have one of our raffle prizes here I can show off.
Oh yeah.
So we've got the.
Well, I got a few of those too over here.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is it?
So this is the Raspberry Pi to JAMA adapter.
Oh.
So the thing that John did the video on, the Raspberry Pi, you were on that video, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you convert that board to a JAMA, so you can put it actually in an arcade cabinet.
Nice.
That's
And here's their logo right in the middle of the bottom of the shirt here.
Yeah.
Is it?
This is the guy from Australia.
Kind
The Raspberry JAMA.
Oh, arcade metal?
No, he's
No,
the
it looks
Raspberry
like
JAMA.
Oh, Raspberry Jam.
Right in the middle at the bottom.
Yep.
And
So
I just tested out my
JAMA, yes.
Raspberry Jamma.
Got it.
Jam. I see what
Pretty
they did
cool. So
there.
this is coming with me to Brofest, so someone can win this.
So that's if someone's running a Raspberry Pi on their cabinet and they can just run it to their JAMA controller.
Exactly. So this
Okay.
plugs into a Raspberry Pi 3 directly, and
You can put like a retro Pi on there or
you can
whatever.
RetroPie on it, and then plug it into a JAMA cabinet and be able to play shit on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Mock's all over it. He's all over it.
I'm drooling. I'm drooling.
Now buy some tickets.
This guy, he's got buttons and trackballs all on his brain.
I just
Right. Well, you know this would fix Gak's problem, right? Gak's got to get rid of the main cabinet. You can put in a Raspberry Pi, one of these guys, and you can put it in any horizontal JAMA cabinet.
You mean Mock?
I'm sorry, Mock. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Gak.
I know you don't have that problem because you got two of those.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
And so I do also have the VistaPrint thing. So if you want to do that, I'll start unboxing this thing. Yep. So go ahead, you do your thing, and I'll do this while you're doing it.
I wound up getting.
This is exciting.
These are mine. These aren't prides. I got two.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I really like the idea of having the ability to. You can kind of do it stealth. You have your dedicated cabinet. Like my Super Contra is vertical 2-player game with 2 buttons, and so like I could put a switcher in there and have like a whole bunch of vertical games with one of those in there.
Yeah.
So look at that. VistaPrint 20% off coupon.
Ooh.
That's what I just unboxed. All right, let's see what's actually behind here.
I want to see a dildo in one of these things. That'd be very funny.
Oops, wrong package.
That was addressed to my wife.
Yeah.
Sorry, those beats shouldn't be there.
GuiltyPleasures.com.
Oh
no!
Sorry, I should have.
So
Nice.
Let's flip one of these guys out here without. Well, fuck it. Taking the tops out too. All right, so these are.
There we go.
Ooh.
So these are the. So last year we did the autograph cards. So these are this year's our postcard autograph cards. That's why there's so much kind of brown space there. Is ideally, John, Joe, Fett, and Greg will sign all of these things, and then Gak and I will as well.
And Tiger.
And then, Tiggy. and then if you want to get signatures by anyone else, that sort of thing, then you're welcome to.
Like a yearbook?
This is like a little yearbook page. Yeah.
Did you say?
Have a great summer.
As in,
Yeah.
as in Tiger Claw? No, did you say Tiggy as in Tiger Claw? You didn't mean that as Ty, I assume.
Yeah.
Because of Ty Stein's
I can
mine, I'm giving it away.
I can only imagine what Fett is going to draw on that.
So yeah, we've obviously left a lot of possibilities. There was intention in the design for whatever Sean decides to put on this thing.
You guys should charge.
But yeah, so it's got the that
rock
thing, and then we've got all the sponsors
Nice.
reprinted on the back there. So there's your logo there, Adam, and
Cool.
I like the Ian Kellogg. He's got a good logo.
He actually hired someone to do that logo. He's got a full color. Gak, you probably don't have the voucher.
Yeah, speak of it. Let's see here.
He does have the full
All right, we'll
color.
go ahead. Now it's time to present me, right?
Yep.
So there's like a
good,
voucher.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
And I
You'll
got
be able to win
these,
various things from Ian Kellogg. That's one of the smaller ones.
yeah.
But Ian Kellogg has donated a tremendous amount of money to
Yeah, for sure.
the event. And we're like barely over a week away.
I know.
I'm gonna hug a bunch of you bastards and like let's.
Oh, yeah, I'm not ready yet at all to go.
I'm counting on it.
Crazy how quick it came on us.
No,
Yeah.
no, I just made a note to myself to start packing this week because otherwise it's going to creep up so fast.
There's a lot of control panels.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm just going to bring every control panel I possibly have.
I have to bring a bunch of Canadian chocolate bars for Adam.
That should make for a nice baggage fee. Sorry, you're over the weight limit. You're going to have to split that up into 2 bags. Fuck.
Are you bringing some
3
beers
bags.
from hometown there, Jim? You gonna do the beer share thing?
I don't think so. I have so much crap I gotta arrive safely as it is. If I was just bringing beer, yeah. But I want to make sure that this novelty machine gets there safely.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm not
a good
giving you
prize.
shit. You're
And I'm
bringing a lot of stuff.
and
You-
I'm
Jim, you
bringing
should
a
have
lot
your
of
fucking
shit.
name on the shirt. For
I'm bringing
this-
that
you're-
machine,
you're
and then I'm bringing
donating-
accessories.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from just the 2-in-1 unit, I'm bringing 2 different inserts so they can change up like what type of a game
awesome.
it is. Then I'm bringing the 2 different metal toppers that go with it.
Wow.
And then also
Are you,
I have
is
this,
that for the raffle, or why are you bringing all that
yeah.
stuff?
Raffle.
Yeah, for the
Fucking
raffle.
raffling
I'm
stuff
donating.
off, yeah.
And then I'm bringing this flyer that was for the same unit originally for the vendor.
That's awesome.
So
Nice
yeah,
unit, Jim.
cool stuff to play with, and I just tested it out. I made sure everything was nice and functional, and everything works, and all the screws are tight, so it's set to go. So that's kind of my top priority because I was really disappointed about that neon sign for Grinkers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. I need Bud Light Neon making. No
Oh
Bud Light
God,
Neon.
that pissed me off because I remember unwrapping it. I'm like, this is gonna work because it showed up and everything looked perfect, and I was like one fucking little tiny hairline crack, and the whole thing went to shit.
Yeah.
And then John's in my room trying to fix it. I think I can fix this. I'm like, no, you can't, dude.
Unless you
It's just-
solder
He
glass.
just like he knocks on my door, just like barges in. Hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you in this room with us hanging out? And I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm trying to get this damn sign to work. He's like, oh, I think that's a transformer thing, and oh god.
Just like the
And-
hairline
and I'm
crack
naked.
risky business. It's not gonna work.
So we've got some good stuff
Yeah,
coming
risky
for,
business. Nice.
for BroFest.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
we
have
have.
a beer. You guys have a beer for me, okay?
All right.
I'll
I
have
think
12.
there's collectively like over $3,000 worth of stuff. So, and like last year, we like weren't even expecting stuff. There was like another $1,000 worth of stuff that just showed up.
Yeah.
People just wanted to bring stuff, so it was awesome.
And we've got right now pre-registered, I think 28 or 29 people.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So last year, just to put that in perspective, last year pre-registrations, I think we had 65, and then
It's like
almost
double.
100 showed up.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of people who were just showing up at the show and hadn't pre-registered. So now we have the same number shows up. We've got 150 people.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking
Awesome.
crazy.
Crazy.
Is there a VIP section? Is there like anything roped off? Or,
And we should have a little table in the little corner booth.
Right.
I just don't want to be cut off again from the bar.
Right? Yeah. We should
they
have
cut
our own
you off?
table.
Yeah, no, it was a weird cutoff. I think it was more like they couldn't believe how much beer I was drinking, and then she looked at me and she's like, "I think this is your last one." And I'm like, I go, "Oh wow, how many have I had?" She goes, "I don't know." She looked at me like, and she goes,
Stop
"Well, you
walking back and forth between you and the tap.
No, she goes. We usually only allow like 2 beers because this is kind of a family place. So I'm like, well, I could sort of see that. You don't want somebody. You don't want somebody throwing skee balls overhand. I go, and then I go, well, no, that's fine because I'm going upstairs. Can I just get a timeout for like an hour? Can I get one like in an hour and a half? Or she's like, oh yeah.
Can I have a timeout?
You should have said you only had 2, and one of your triplets had some before, and your other triplet had some.
No, and then I was with when I came back, I was with Zoltan, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, this is gonna be weird. I go, she kind of let me turn my hat backwards.
Yeah,
because this is an hour later.
Change your hat.
What is this, the 90s?
My glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, we were fine.
That's your switch.
Dave, you need like a visor with it flipped up.
like an over the top, right? The movie,
Yeah,
right? That's your switch. You're gonna turn it around backwards, and it's like you're a different person. Yeah.
No, it was kind of funny because
you
I
need
was
one of
with,
those little disguise, the nose and glasses with the stash disguises come back and be like, no, I'm not Dave.
When I got cut off, I wasn't doing anything. Like Dave Stearns from Colorado
from
was
Colorado.
there. Yes, from Denver. He was there, and
close enough.
Wait, where is he from?
Evans. He's about an hour north of me.
Okay, but he was there, and he's like, wow, I've never seen that before. I go, dude, I was really pounding him. I think I was been here for like 2 hours. And it was kind of funny because I'm like, did I do anything? And they're like, no, but I totally understand why the bartender was going that route. Because it was like, I'm like, yo, another one. Yeah, right here. Right here.
I wonder what the bartender would do if I showed up with this. I'd be like, can I get 2?
Yeah, 2 and then you're cut off.
Yeah.
No, the worst, and it was funny because then I went and clogged to the toilet by the kiddie rides, and then I came back and I'm telling one of the guys, there's 2 New Hampshire guys there, and the guy's like, stranger danger, you're freaking me out, dude, you're freaking me out. Like guys I don't even know, but they were hilarious because I'm like, dude, I just plugged the toilet, and I'm like, and it was like a super hot mom outside the toilet. I'm like, please don't let anybody be outside. Please don't let. And then I went to the kid who was working. I'm like, hey man, somebody fucked up the toilet over there by that kiddie thing. And he's like,
you should have waited till like the next person came out and be like,
oh god, no, I got like the same fucking story, Dave. Because like when I travel, a little bit backed up. Your daily rhythm.
Stage fright.
No, it's not stage fright. It's just like I get there and it's like
Dude, I am totally with you.
Yeah,
get off the plane.
Yeah.
Shit for 2 days.
Yeah.
I just like to be dry back there, so I use a lot of TPE.
Well, you actually fucked up like backed it up.
The trouble is with you, Andrew, you're folded so many times over in that plane seat. That's why nothing ain't going anywhere.
It's true. Yeah.
No, I know it's funny.
I'm like a garden hose full of poop.
Right.
That's been folded over.
No.
I clogged it so much that I took the top off the back off the toilet and put it on the seat so nobody would use it.
Did you ever decorate?
Oh no, but it was so bad. I didn't want anybody to lift the bowl, so I just took the top off and set it down on top of the thing, and then grabbed some kid like, dude, it's all fucked up over there.
Oh yeah, no, it was. I think it was Sunday at Fun Spot. Like when we were getting ready to leave, or maybe it was Saturday. And I finally was like, it's coming out, and I went into the bathroom, main floor, on the first day, and just fucking destroyed it. I mean, just. 3 days worth of call it an airstrike. It's fucking done. Right? And there's like knocks at the door.
Andrew starts flexing in the mirror right afterwards. He's
seriously, it's like yes, I can finally fucking bend over at the waist again.
Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah, like all the while there's like a knock at the door, and I'm like, don't fucking distract me. Like, don't fuck me up right now. Like, I'm in the zone.
The muscle control that is taking place right now.
Yeah, just give an old man a fucking minute.
That's the same level of focus I need to get my world record, Andrew.
But exactly, right? So then I finish up and wash my hands. I'm feeling good. Flexing in the mirror, bending over at the waist finally again.
Oh, yeah.
And I open up the door, and there's some little kid standing there like, I gotta pee. But I'm like, don't go in there.
You're like, warn him. No, Timmy, don't.
Lays his pass and shuts the door, and I'm like, fuck. I just ran.
You should have
fucking
ran
arcade.
after him and been like, no.
All right. Right now, are we gonna bowl? I really want to bowl.
We can do some bowling.
Anybody into bowling? I want a little bet before.
I was actually, if people were really serious about it, I'd bring my own bowling balls.
Oh shit!
Bowl on league.
That's a lot. I've got the
But
Dave
that's
McDonald.
30 pounds of my baggage.
I was gonna say, man, you're bringing a lot of stuff as it is.
Yes.
No. No.
You can use a house balls. You fucking
House ball. Yeah.
Right.
That's stupid though that you can't drink. I heard you can't drink in the bowling alley. Is that
you
right?
can't drink outside of the bar.
Oh, that's old school, Dave.
I mean, the bar is right next to the bowling alley, but you can't drink outside of the bar.
That a boy, Dave. You must be a police officer. Yeah.
That was the other thing I was going to bring up. So obviously you guys know John's not going to get there until super late. It's Friday night. So it's really, yeah.
Oh shit! Look at this guy.
Check out his ball.
He's swinging his 15-pound balls.
It says his name on it even. Dang.
That looks like an old school hammer.
How heavy is that bitch?
Yeah, it is a hammer. I called it.
Wow. We've all seen Dave's hammer on the show tonight.
Yeah.
It's hammer time.
How's your hammer hanging?
But yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, now the shoes. The golf shoes.
God damn.
He doesn't
Are they
mess
Van?
around.
Yeah, those look like the shoes from Vacation.
Yeah.
Wait, those things don't even have laces, dude. When was the last time you went bowling?
Those look
Yeah.
they're like loafers. They're like Pee Wee Herman shoes.
Yeah, play it.
Yes.
Oh, tequila.
Do the dance, Dave. Do it.
Oh, keep playing it, Jimbo.
All right, so someone needs to record that on like a 3-hour loop with the song.
Present that again. Let's try different tunes with that.
Uh-oh.
They should have budget in the background for that one.
Just no
Yes,
dubstep.
that one. No dubstep.
You got to learn the YouTube trick to put it on loop. There's a loop.
How do you do that?
I don't remember the hack for it. I can look it up real quick.
Come on, look at nightmares.
Oh my God, I can't stop laughing.
How about, because you're the best around.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Dude, I'll restart it then.
It's listen on repeat.
That's going to keep you down, baby.
Andrew, the look in your face with the can. The look in your face with the can is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Straight man.
Oh. God, that was funny.
It's funny because you were playing the music and I was actually watching the video over and over again, laughing to myself about it. I had to present it.
No, like it's funny how much the tempo of that video lines up with the beats of a lot of these songs.
Well, I'm nothing if not rhythmic.
I heard that. Well, I read it. I read it on the wall in Grinkers in the toilet.
Yeah, I remember how I wrote that.
Oh, cool. Big A for a good time.
So I did
just
have
remember
an arcade pickup today, so this is my one fucking thing. So I was over at 1UP, I told you. and I found the Revenge of Doe. So, and unfortunately, Carrie's not here to see this.
She's in the chat.
Oh, well, all right. So,
Yes.
Present.
it's not quite perfect. It does have a couple little scuffs on it, but it is way better than the one that I've got on there now.
That looks great.
So
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
that's eventually going on to Forgotten World. So
That's gonna pop.
I picked this up from Exidy today. So
That's a rotary
No,
game?
it's too bad. It's too bad you couldn't get side art made that had that same blue pattern on it. That'd look awesome.
I
Instead of
know,
just the
right?
black.
Yeah, with the water down the whole fucking side of the cabinet.
That'd be tits.
That would be tits.
I could do custom because like, the side art on Forgotten Worlds is kind of shitty. It's really kind of boring.
It'd be a tan. A fucking tan.
Fucking tan.
I kept hearing
No, it's not a rotary
tan.
game. So who was asking if it was a rotary game?
A fucking tan.
So Adam, it's the only cooperative dual spinner game.
Ooh.
So it's a full-on Arkanoid kind of style spinners, except that you press the spinners to fire.
Okay.
So you have to press and play the game with a full 8-way joystick. But this control panel they got with the game's got some pretty bad damage to it. The whole thing along the front here, and actually it's weird too. But like the factory actually applied the fucking sticker, the control panel overlay crooked.
But is that a dedicated cab?
This is the full dedicated, yeah. This is the
I
original.
didn't know they made it dedicated for that. Okay.
Yep. Well, they only made a few hundred of these.
Okay.
So you think about it, it's sort of like a Frontline, but a little bit better. You know?
Yeah.
More advanced.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm just sitting over here holding something.
What do you got there, Gak?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at you. That's yours is pretty straight on. That's awesome.
See, that one was made on a Monday.
Nice.
Show off.
Yeah, but I don't got a cabinet to go with it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the game. You just got the control.
But you both have extra sets of spinners.
I do have an extra set of spinners. And
It's like I got the Ferrari steering wheel, but that's it. You know.
Stick it in your Honda Civic and go.
Yeah.
Well, Jack, maybe we can talk about, do you have a board?
No, I don't.
Oh. I do have an extra board.
Didn't we talk about this? We were going to build one and then sell it to Steve at Grinkers and put one there.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All I have is the control panel and then these two spinners.
Those look nice.
That's all I got.
Dude, if I can find, or if you can find someone who can anodize those spinners,
yeah,
I'd be happy to batch all 6 of them together and have them all be perfectly done.
Yeah.
So if you could find someone, and I'll look locally and see if I can find someone too. But I know you're a big metal guy, so
yeah.
If you know anyone who can do anodizing, I'd be happy to do a big bulk thing. And I'm sure that actually I can probably find some other people who also.
I mean, honestly, all it'll be is that there's a minimum charge.
Right.
It won't matter if you give them 2 pieces or 15 pieces. It's probably the same price.
Right.
Yeah, just
$100 or whatever it'll be.
Right?
Oh, but it'll also be making the discs. We got to make the center caps and get those looking.
Yeah, that would be.
So my perfect thing would be if we can get those laser etched or something like that, and then get those anodized with the spinners so that they all match perfectly and they don't have to have a decal. That would be a forever.
Right, because you don't want a decal, is what you're saying, which is.
I mean, I could do the decal, right? I mean, it's just doing a sticker.
It's either a decal or that's silk screen onto.
Yeah, exactly. But if we did some kind of etching on the discs there or something to make those things perfect, and then they would match the rest of the spinner and anodize those at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be fucking balls.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Big balls.
Huge.
The biggest balls of the ball.
With no
I have a little personal something I want to say to Andrew. So the rest of you could just look down at your crotch for a second.
Uh-oh.
No. So I've been drinking. So take this for
That's
what
how
it
a
is.
lot of things start.
But if you ever decide,
oh shit, you've been drinking. Yeah. So I remember how this conversation started.
Yeah, right. Does this sound familiar to you?
Yeah, it does.
So if you ever decide to sell that Wacko, so you know, right?
All right.
Then he could be a part of the whack-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to schedule the whack-off for late summer.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometime between CACs and Grinkers.
Yeah.
Well, no time that's too hot because I'm not very good in the heat.
So, actually, while we're speaking privately, Joel, I gotta ask.
Well, no one's listening.
Yeah, well, no one's listening. So, who rebuilt the flippers on Star Trek?
I did.
So I'm curious, why did you rebuild them upside down? The EOS, so the credit dot that we're getting on it, right? So there's 2 EOSs with the flippers, and it's because when I looked at them, the tab that's supposed to be pointed down to hit the EOS switch is pointed up on both flippers.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, you know, I did have a few beers.
So I'm sitting here trying to all right.
I rebuilt the flippers.
I'm like, no big deal. Like maybe in moving these things, Judge Dredd, I had to resolder two of the 3 flippers. That's 4 flippers, but 2 of the 4 flippers, I had to resolder the connections because during moving it or who knows what, just some solders broke loose on the switches. So it's like, all right, no big deal. So I was like, I popped the playfield up and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, no, all these things are soldered. I'm like get my multimeter out and I'm like checking stuff. It's like, oh, these switches are great. Pulled it in test mode. I'm like, oh no, switches are contacting right, so we're getting good continuity on all 4 of these. So, or all 3 of them. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And I looked at them close, and and I manually started moving the fucking coils, and I was like, they're upside down. They're flipped side to side.
I don't read the instructions when I do things. I just pull stuff out of the bag, like, oh yeah, this goes there, that goes there. No worries.
And two more questions. All right, just real quick on this one. So one is on the coil for the Borg ship. That's missing a spring, isn't it?
No idea. I've never been there.
All right, so there's a coil back there that doesn't have a spring for returning it. And were you getting the thing where when you booted it up, it would sit there and pop, 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 trying to fire that coil in the back?
No.
All right, so there's something, I don't know what's going on with that, but the coil on the back that's the upshot for the Borg ship, it doesn't have a return spring on it. Which shouldn't all coils have a return spring on them?
Coils?
I'm kind of, yeah. So the coil on the
I mean, yeah, they should have, yeah, because how's it?
Exactly. How does it return?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
So that was kind of funny. I scratched my head like, what the fuck is going on there? So, and then what was the last one?
These condoms.
Oh God, was that yours?
So bottom line, he's put in for a full PayPal refund.
I know.
No. What we worked out and how the deal is, it's all fine. I'm not fixing this shit. It's not that big of a deal.
The panties in the coin box are carries, dude. They carry.
Oh God. Come on.
She's not on here to defend herself.
Yeah.
That's why they carries.
On here to defend herself.
Jack bumped her off.
Maybe Carrie needed a spring.
Oh, get out of shit. Sorry.
Yeah. You did? No, that's whatever.
Yeah.
While we're talking Star Trek Next Generation as well, I don't know if you saw this on Facebook today or not. So there's a guy down by us in LA, a guy called Pat Choi. He's a big pinball collector, and he runs a company called Forever Pinball, I believe. So he posted a photo today of him with standing next to Michael Dorn, who played Worf.
Yep.
Purchasing his new in-box.
Oh God.
ST.
Wow.
TNG. Outside of his storage unit, yeah. So he actually bought his from him, never opened,
Well, Brent Spiner's supposedly is never opened either, right?
What's that?
Data, Brent Spiner, he's never opened his either, right?
Probably not. I mean, they all got given one, and I guess each machine has a plaque on it.
Yep.
And then they have some custom adjustments to the ROMs depending on
they have the
content.
Speaking of Brent Spiner, did you guys see the next Independence Day trailer? It's crazy to see him in a movie again.
He's
same role.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
No,
by the way, Gak, read what I wrote in the chat. Nothing. I was just giving you shit because I'll be heading out soon anyway, so Carrie can come back in.
All right, yeah, no worries.
No, I was just being a dick, you know. It's that damn Manhattan. And what?
So yeah, Andrew, you probably know more about that pin than I ever did. That was like my second pin ever. So if shit's upside down, that was probably me.
Man, it's funny because it's like the flippers have sort of like a semicircle kind of thing. There's a tab on it that points down, and that's supposed to hit the EOS switch, which is so basically the idea there for the uninitiated. And I'm a pinball newbie as well, but like basically the EOS allows the coil to back off.
End of stroke, uninitiated people.
So, when you're holding a flipper basically out, you're backing off. Once it hits that switch, it backs off the power, so the coil doesn't burn out while you hold that flipper.
It's like the video game version of hitting your balls, right?
Yeah.
End of stroke. It's like no further.
No further, and if you go any further, there's not much power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You've hit bottom.
No ROI.
Which I'm still waiting. These
guys are still covering your ears and looking at your crutches, or are you back now?
Bring in the Logic Pro.
Oh, these guys won. Fuck, I thought we were...
We lost everybody.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just like, wow, that's still there.
Look at that.
I've got some cleanup on the playfield. I've got laid down just a very quick coat of wax.
Good job on the left and right. Yeah. Good job
playing.
on the left and right, but man, that far back center, could use a little work.
The color DMD is fucking gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. I've got a color DMD sitting under my Judge Dredd waiting to go into it.
Oh, the Judge Dredd one is really nice.
I mean, I love the animations on Judge Dredd too. The problem is you never get to watch them while you're playing.
No.
Like, you never look at the fucking. The only time you look at the DMD while you're playing is like when you're going for when you're shooting the ramps for the.
The Dead World lock?
No, the Pursuit. The one where you're going for the car. You're shooting the missiles at the car.
Yeah, you're trying to hit the car, depending on which ramp.
While you're playing. But, like, the animations are fucking gorgeous on that game. And they've got...
The nice thing about that is it's so many rich primary colors, and of course, then you can put them all into the DMD, and it really sort of pulls off the game. On the Indiana Jones one I put in today, the thing I love most about it is they've done the color gradient the same as the Indiana Jones logo through a lot of the text, so it's red at the top and it fades through orange to yellow.
The red,
it looks really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
Andrew, you should still put it in.
Real quick before you say, Steve, just sorry, I want to hear what you said, but like, Joel, is there any way you can give us a quick video demo of what it looks like?
Yeah, I'll try and drag the camera over there if I can.
All right, so while he's doing that shit, what were you saying, Steve?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that you're having reservations on putting it in, but I mean, when people are standing around watching someone else play, they're going to be cracking up at all the animations. So I would just put it in.
Oh no, I don't have any reservations about it. Like the problem is I'm so far behind on shooting videos that I want to shoot a video of Judge Dredd and doing all that work on it and adding it. The only reason why I haven't done it is because I haven't shot a video of it. You know, I've got a shitload of projects on the shelf that I haven't done because I want to shoot video of me doing the projects, and I'm just so far behind.
I have like 5 videos unlisted on my channel ready to go public, like including my Eyes long play strategy video. I'm just waiting for after fucking Brofest, but it kills me. It's because I uploaded everything that's just unlisted.
Yeah, Jimbo, I last weekend I finally got to watching your rebuild of the
the
novelty
stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, when's the next one? Waiting for it.
Yeah, they're all uploaded. They're all uploaded. And they're unlisted. I've just been releasing them. I'm trying to spread them out because so every Monday
I was trying to think of it.
I uploaded part 3 today or yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't watched part 3 yet, but I saw it come up my feed.
Okay.
Part 3 is all vinyl, so that's when the shit happens. And part 4 is just me assembling them and then demonstrating how each of them works.
I was watching you. You started painting outside, and you're like, it's too cold and windy or whatever, and then you go inside, and I'm like, I think I remember that night. You were like, whoo, all the fumes.
Oh yeah, I was fucking loopy as shit. and Carrie gave me the idea that I should after I post, because it's only 4 videos total. And after I do that, I should do like a director's cut, because I was talking about like all these fuck ups I did, and she's like, you should do like a commentary track over all of your videos where you're talking about how you fucked everything up. And I'm like, that's actually a funny idea. So I may do that, but it is what it is, because like it was cold as fucking, oh my god, it was so damn cold. Like, it'd be like, I'd look at the forecast, I'd be like, oh, it's supposed to be like 70 on this day, but the day I want to do the setting, it's supposed to be 30. The weather's just like all over the place. So I'm like throwing on like winter gear, and then like the days I wanted to paint, when I'm like, oh, it's gonna be like 70 today, but there's 30-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. I'm like, fuck, it just sucked. Yeah. The weather did not like me.
You were doing the early spring in the north.
Yeah.
Midwest,
I think I was jumping the gun a little bit.
You were a little bit, yeah. But that's awesome though. Like, so you've got some big expectations for what we're going to see out of you this year.
Yeah.
Big, huge expectations.
And to switch kind of back to the Color DMD, so a couple weeks ago I went to the pinball show, the Pinagogo.
Oh yeah.
I guess unfortunately Carrie had something that she couldn't make it that Friday, but I did meet up with Man Mike, and the Color DMDs they had there, I did notice like it seemed like they had different settings, and a buddy of mine out of Reno, Drewster was there, and then another guy, Paul Olson. I don't know if any of you guys met him or not. He's got some pretty nice pins, but we were talking about
Was he at Breakers last year?
I'm not 100% sure now, to be honest.
I thought I remember making a badge for him.
Probably, yes. Actually, he did. I think he went there with his wife. So anyways, he said there's settings on the DMD where you can set the resolution where it's like a solid color fill, or like the dots are a little bit smaller. And I was like, wow, because I think we had talked about this a few weeks ago, where one of the DMD settings, I'm like, it just, the way it is, it's like too solid fill. It kind of, how like if you do like a 60-1 on an LCD versus a CRT, like the solid colors are like too filled. But when they do those settings to be in the dots like that, like it looks like he's got it that way there. It looks awesome, man. It's great.
All right, can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
He is.
I'll just fire
see you tomorrow, Indiana Jones.
Couple of minutes, because it's a little late here, but I'll fire it up.
Oh, he must score, right? Oh, that's awesome.
God, he can punch fast.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Inside.
Well, you're good at this game.
That looks awesome.
That's kind of... Punch him! Punch him! Next. Oh wow, that looks good.
Yeah.
That's a really is it just me or is that a really wide screen LCD?
That's all it is. It's a laptop display.
Yeah.
But it's actually it's
really wide and narrow. I like it.
It's too tall for the display. If you look at it, you actually pull it apart. I can show you the Star Trek. While he's playing, I'll get this ready. So you have to see the screen projects. It's actually above where the DMD normally goes.
I can't hear a fucking thing. Like pop, boom, chop. We die.
Do you need custom ROMs for a game if you put in a color window? How does it know what color to show?
Built into their system.
Really?
You gotta update it.
Program it all.
Yeah, the USB stick. You gotta update it.
So if you want to look here, so you can see here on Star Trek, the DMD actually extends above, so that the viewable area is only down here, but the actual bezel for the monitor, because it's basically a laptop monitor, is up here.
But it does not extend down into the playfield area, though, does it?
No,
it's
no,
all
it goes
up in the back box.
Yeah. So if I pull this out here and lay it down, you can see the DMD is basically flat with a bottom.
Okay.
But it extends above the speaker box.
And then that's their circuit board on the back of the monitor.
Exactly right.
Okay. Slick.
But it's basically it's a laptop display, so it can display a much higher resolution than the old dot matrix displays that were on there. But yeah.
And I would imagine if let's say if pixels or whatever eventually went out on that laptop screen, you might be able to find that on your own aftermarket.
Possibly. It's a really weird size, though.
Is it?
Can I ask you guys a pin question right now? As a complete newbie, what, like right now, I know. Well, actually, Brad could probably answer this because he owns a Twilight Zone. What is a good price on a Twilight Zone right now? I know they fetch a lot of money, but that is at the top of my list. Like if I own 2 pins, I want that and possibly like a Tales from the Crypt. Maybe a Monopoly because I played a shit ton of that in college. But
I got mine for a really good price.
Yeah, they usually sell for 8, I think.
How much?
We picked ours up for 4,500.
7,000 or 8,000, I think.
Gosh. And I was hemming and hawing.
That's like the price of a new pin.
I know.
Let me double check that. Hold on.
Yeah, no, they're up in the 8,000 range.
Probably 2 or 3 years ago, I was hemming and hawing at one that was $3,000. Like I'm like, oh, that's too much money.
Ooh, actually, I can give you guys a better demonstration.
Well, by the time that I can afford one, maybe they'll come down.
Yeah.
So this is an actual DMD display. It's wrapped in plastic.
Okay.
So this is a real one, right? So this is the color one that's going into Judge Dredd.
So they're only using a portion of that screen then.
Yeah, like maybe
how much smaller the actual DMD is versus the color.
Using maybe half or 2/3 the height.
It's
so they just have like this. They have like an aspect ratio that just like crops it, huh?
Yeah. So it only displays the display on the bottom portion of the color DMD.
Oh wow, that seems like a waste.
It is, but like the thing is, you only have so much screen that's available to display. Unless you change the whole back box.
Right.
No, but I mean, like, why can't they make an LCD that's the same size?
They do it because they're cheap, because they're laptops.
Because this is off the shelf.
Yes.
This is a laptop display that you can buy.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
There's actually a company called DMD Extender that you can actually buy just their board, and you can go onto eBay and buy one of those laptop screens for like $17.
Right.
And it does something similar to the color DMDs, but it just colors it differently.
Yeah.
But it actually work on any game.
So I might have been completely like brain dead when you guys were talking about like who asked the question about like do you need a whole new ROM set or something?
That was me.
Yeah, I totally missed that answer. I'm sorry, I was zoned out or I was
Steve had the answer, I think.
That's a USB update. You get it off the website for the DMD that you purchased.
Right.
So what's stopping you from getting your buying Brad was saying or whatever, or who was saying you could get a cheap LCD? like, do you really need to buy that specific LCD in order?
There's also the board that's on the back of it, so it's not just the LCD. There's actually a PCB that goes with it.
So that's their proprietary thing.
If you check I put a link there for the DMD extender. It does exactly the same thing, but it just works with everything.
Yeah,
they're not proprietarily coloring the screens.
Yeah, the USB update thing is just so it communicates with it. That's all.
And the one Orange Rift, that one, the colors might be different, right?
The colors are done by the different gradients of the pixels that they originally colored with.
And so it tries
See,
to
Lewis,
emulate.
I'm doing a shout out to Lewis.
You can actually adjust it yourself. They have software that allows you to adjust it to whatever colors you want it to be.
Oh wow!
So you could rewrite your own, but like you have to go through all the animations and recreate your own.
No, because it actually just uses the 256 color levels or whatever it is of the original pixels.
Lewis, join us next time. Have a good night, Mr.
But it's not going to look the same as the actual color DMD.
It's not the same as color DMDs, but they're $60 for a board. And then you just buy your own LCD screen for $17.
It looks like instead of grayscale, it's like orange scale. It's like
orange whippish scale.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the well, here I can put it up on the screen. But
so what do you guys think about this? Is this some other next level thing they might do? They'll like kind of completely redo the back box of pinballs, where it's like a oversized LCD screen.
Just a big
eventually,
and then they'll just have
it's like
animations.
buying big and tall at the clothing store.
That's what I have to do, Jim.
It's larger and
Don't give me shit. Come on, dude.
Well, you're not. You buy the tall. You're not the big and tall though. You're the.
No, actually, that's my biggest problem with the big and tall stores.
Because then you have this,
it's all designed for the big guys.
Yeah, you tuck that shirt in, and it looks like you're like a Stay Puft Marshmallow guy.
It is. What happens is you go there and you shop, and it's like oh sweet, I found like a shirt like it fits, and it fits in the arms, and then as soon as you raise your arms like a little bit, it's like.
Poof.
But then you're wearing a giant dress.
Yeah. And it's like huge. The arms are like this long, but like it fits down, and you're like wearing a pillowcase with like tubes on either side of it.
It's disappointing. You find a shirt and it's like, man, this feels really good, and then you raise your arm up and you realize that the sleeve is like this.
Yeah.
And so you have this like huge like gap here. It's like, wow, it's hammer time,
And then it climbs up too. So like you raise your arm and it goes, whoop, and it's like, how the fuck am I wearing a T-shirt? It's a dress shirt.
Yeah.
No. The biggest problem that I have is that I find a shirt that fits me like perfect. You try it on, no problem. It's great. You could throw it through the wash, and then it's all of a sudden a baby shirt. But if you buy the size, if you go from a medium, like for me, if I go from medium to large, the large
might
be fine after a couple of washes. But
Buffett.
See you, Steve.
Night, Buffett.
Carl.
Hey, man. You guys have a good night, too. Sorry.
You should be into this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Peace out.
Hey, Jim.
Yes, Evil Master.
So your question earlier about what was it?
Griffin's mic is messed up.
The Twilight Zone pin. I looked on Pinside. The average price is $5,000 to $6,000. But when I look on Pinside for California, I see them for $8,000. So it's because it's California prices.
Yikes.
So you could have a chance.
I would, if I could find one for $5,000. I mean, this is speaking purely like when I buy my house and whatever. But I want two to three pins, and I was actually just having so last weekend I was visiting my dad. My mom's in Europe right now, so my dad's like bored as all hell. He's retired, He wanted to see Captain America: The Civil War. He's a big comic nerd, and so we went to go see that, and we were talking about Twilight Zone because I have that's one of the few pins I have nostalgia with. I played that with my dad when I was like 10. In the arcade, and coincidentally, we played Twilight Zone in an arcade called fucking Outer Limits. So, like,
how confusing is that?
Yeah.
They're rivals.
And they're playing Tales from the Dark Side on the fucking TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's a great movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's at the top of my list. I want to have that. And then the other thing that's funny is that I have nostalgia playing Gunfight with my dad. That's one of the first arcade games I remember playing with him.
Yeah.
And which is in the 70s. You know, I was born in '83, so it's kind of weird. So that's that's one of the few black and white games that I would like to own for that same reason. But I know Joel is bored because he's just like going crazy in his chair over there. So anyways, that's my 2 bits.
Yeah, Joe was squelched. That's why he's bumping around.
Well, because Joel's not talking about something he's interested in, so he's just bored
Exactly.
as fuck right now.
Joel, the color DMD in fucking Indy looks fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it is awesome.
I love the gradient, like you were talking about. It was clear in the picture. You're muted, we can't hear you, but like it fucking looked awesome.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
No. Do you have to pee? I would keep it muted. I can fill that in for you.
Oh, his mic messed up.
It says Mike's kind of crazy.
What? Oh, not me, Mike.
No, he's talking.
Is that really his piss, or is that something else?
No. I tried sampling his piss, but there was too much of us laughing over it for me to get a good clean bit.
But you're supposed to just click enhance. Click enhance.
That's right.
Yeah, just
CSI.
like in like NCI, CSI or NCIS, where they have like. You know, it's even funnier.
Clean that
now
up a little bit and enhance it.
Yeah, because of my job, it's even funnier because, like, oh yeah, zoom in on the standard definition street cam video, and can we see the driver in that car? Can you just enhance that? Yeah, no problem. I'll just click one button, and then it's gonna be It's gonna be like 4K resolution. Yeah.
But he's like 4 pixels, so.
Yeah. The other thing that makes me laugh about those shows is that every time they click on something, it makes this little like noise. Like every time they do something, it's like, here, let me just dial it up on the plasma here.
Yeah.
Like all these stupid sound effects.
You're like fucking C-3PO.
Yeah. I feel
Night
bad for the
Griffin.
fucking editors.
All right,
Joel.
Griffey.
Hi, Joel.
See ya.
See, Steve.
Later.
We need a toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Wow-wee!
Wrong one.
Toodaloo! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Ciao! Ding dong day!
Ching dong day! See you tomorrow, Indiana Jones.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
So you guys are having a show next week, huh? On Tuesday,
Holy cow! Crash landing!
right, Brad?
Yeah, but not unless you answer the question first.
Oh, Mike.
I haven't been on.
Question is, what did you do to your hair?
I chopped it.
Ooh.
Chopped it.
It looks like you styled it a little bit.
Yeah, you got the comb forward.
Yeah, you got like the pro model now.
Oh, I got like the Count Scary, right? The Count.
Oh, yeah, you got the Eddie Munster fucking
Yeah.
widow's peak.
Yeah. I figure I'd give Batman a rest, right? So no, I've been. Oh man, that last show with the end, man, that was fucking epic. With
Yeah, you
Amy
must have
and
heard me
Jim.
say. Did you hear me say fanboy about like 80 times?
Yes. And
Yeah,
I heard
was
some other
pretty
things that
fucking.
I heard other things I'm not going to repeat, obviously, right?
No.
Nothing gets repeated
I
from the
would.
show.
I was totally thinking of
But
that.
that was me in the last like 15 minutes of
Where's
that
my
show.
fucking hat at? I'm going to put on a hat.
Gleek, I've got a hat too.
There you
Nice, perfect segue.
Fuck my liver.
Boom.
And then Mock, where's your hat?
It's
Oh, yeah, where's Devo?
Oh, dude. Okay, Steve, you and me need a photo with my helmet and your hat at fucking Brofest.
Yeah, Steve, bring your Devo hat with you.
Yeah, but your hat has to be full of fucking hard alcohol, Steve. Remember, like, we figured out the solo cup line?
No. Yeah, Andrew, he needs to be holding it upside down. It's just gotta be booze.
Fucking drinking it. Like, pour it out the side of your fucking cheeks, just like fucking...
Yeah, you might want to wash it, but yeah.
I would if I was going.
What?
We'll do it at Grinkers this year.
You're not going to Brofest. You're not going to CAX. Are you going to CAX?
I'm going to CAX.
You're gonna be at CAX, right?
I'm going trifecta.
Trifecta?
I thought you were going, but you're not going to Brofest.
But you're going to do a fuckta.
I'll do a
bifecta.
Bifecta, yeah,
Yeah, bifecta.
You're bifucked.
Bye.
He's bifecta curious.
That's right.
Aren't we all? Wait a second. Sorry, am I the only one in that boat? What do you even call someone that's bi-curious? Are they like half out of the closet?
You just said it, bi-curious, right? That's what you call them.
No. But I mean, like, if you're completely gay, you come out of the closet entirely. But if you're bi, are you just like one step out of the closet?
Well, no, you get 1 foot in a closet and 1 foot in a vagina.
Wow. You're
Right?
a little confined, aren't you? Yeah.
No, closet, vagina.
Well, unless you're
One's a
bi-curious
butthole.
female, then that's a different story.
I love that story.
I love that story.
Well, Gak's gone to the bathroom, but someone's horsing around on us here.
Oh, Mike. I'm not going to go upstairs and get mine. Gak's got the unicorn. Apparently, Mike and I both have the shocked mule horses. Your hair on that... Yeah, nice. I'm breathing that fucking thing. Because I can't breathe in mine. Your hair is like waved, like slicked back. You're like fucking... You need to tousle that shit.
That's fucking hot in that damn thing.
I know, I hate fucking wearing it.
Holy shit.
I wear it for about like 5...
It's getting hot in here.
That's one of the stupidest novelties I've ever purchased, ever.
I've purchased a lot of novelties. They're all like,
All in your
further.
box and dildos, right?
All right, so Mike, answer the
Anal
fucking question.
beads. Anal beads.
I
damn
can't.
it.
You guys are talking so much, I can't even fucking answer the question.
Well, fucking A. Answer the question because I gotta leave here
That's what
pretty
I
quick.
have.
All right, real quick. It's real simple. You know, what furniture have you moved out to make room for arcade games, right? Well, we're in a...
Your sex toys.
Yes.
Not necessarily furniture, just anything.
Well, we have
Your
100...
flashlight select collection.
No. We have 135 gallon...
His Neil Diamond collection?
135 gallon fish tank.
Penis.
Yeah, it's acrylic, so it's pretty big. It's like a coffin size, 6 foot. So my wife is selling that so we can make room for 2 more arcade games.
It's a pretty okay dig.
Is it a salt water or fresh water?
It was used for salt water, but we have fresh water in it right now. So it's
salt water is like the balls, right? That's like the big deal, right? That's hard to maintain.
Yeah, it's really hard and it's a big deal. But
Yeah.
we have fresh water. We were doing we were doing African cichlids. So they're colorful freshwater fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that excite you, Jim?
Sorry, I'm just looking for the dirty innuendo here, and I'm not coming across it yet. No, you said big. No, anyways.
Big, hard.
Yeah.
Maybe we've passed too far into the realm of like debauchery and nonsense, but like Adam, just to bring it back to you, I know you're still working on like a project for South America and stuff like that. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure, I can. Yeah.
I would love to hear more about Adam's thing. I don't mean to derail the rest of the stuff, but like Adam's doing some really fucking awesome shit.
Did you already go, or are you not? You've not.
So so I went. Well, the first time I went was back in 2013. So the way this all came about is, and I might have mentioned this to you guys before, but like my dad was an electrical contractor, so I grew up in the trades. You know, pulling wire for him, and my wife's father was a.
We lost your video, by the way. Just letting you know.
Really?
Yep.
We can sit
There we
here.
go.
That's right. You have a beautiful voice.
Well, your
You can talk to
logo
me
is
all
talking
night.
to us now, so that works.
So I my wife's father was a building contractor. So between my dad and her dad, we kind of grew up on the job site. We were always doing different trades and whatnot. So back in 2013, a friend of mine from church, he had been going down to Bolivia many times, and he was one of the first guys to go down there and start this orphanage. and asked if I wanted to go down and help out. And so I said sure, and we spent like a week and a half down there, and wired up some of the dorms for the kiddos, and then ended up wiring up a barn. Their goal was to kind of get a farm in place so that these kids who are there and the people who run the place, they don't have to constantly get handouts. They can kind of be self-sufficient. And so they were able to get the farm up and running, and they got cows and all sorts of stuff there, and so yeah. So
and battle like giant wasps.
Yeah, there's a video out there. Did I put it in my other YouTube video? I don't know.
It's in your
I mentioned
channel
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
I
I got attacked by a massive swarm of huge Bolivian wasps. These things are like, my video's off, but these things are like 3 inches long, and they have 3 stingers that come out instead of one, so it's like a multi-braided. And
Are
so,
they
yeah,
aggressive?
They're very aggressive.
Fuck.
Yeah, and your
The
video.
video of a dude
That's
that
not
going up
like
there with a
wasps
fucking
we have.
torch.
Yeah,
Burn
it's like
those fucking things out. That was
typically-
terrifying.
That's crazy, dude. Because typically the wasps in Minnesota, the bigger the wasp, the less aggressive they are. They're like the
Right.
gentle giant. They're just really intimidating. So like yellow jackets, and like we have these ones called bald-faced wasps,
Right.
hornets, which are black and they have a white face. So those are the two most aggressive. So like typically the ones that look the scariest, that are the biggest, like you're talking like 2-3 inches long,
Right.
and their legs are dangling, that
Yeah,
look
yeah.
scary. Those are the ones that you don't have to worry about as much because they're usually pretty mellow. But holy fuck, you combine that with being aggressive, that
Right.
sounds terrifying.
They have those there, and then they also have these very, very small. Yeah, this is some footage of actually the where I was driving down the road to head down to the farm to do some work. So this is a little video that I put together to kind of let people know what the plan is. So the plan is to go back this year because it's just such a poor country, and things are so messed up down there. There's no shortage of orphans and kids that need help and whatnot. So they're like at max capacity with the dorms that they had down there, and they're looking to break ground. In fact, they already did break ground on another set of dorms, and so the plan is to go back and wire those up so that they can take in more kids that need it and stuff. So I think
Adam,
it's
I'm never ever sending you my novelty machines for you to look at. Fuck that.
Why
You're
is that?
too good of a person. I'm not taking that handout. God damn it. I should be paying you.
He's like telling the kids, "Sorry, I gotta postpone this trip. I gotta
fix a love testing machine."
He wants me to work on his love testers. I'm sorry.
He's all
kids.
bringing it there, showing them, "Hey, you see, this is cool, guys."
Give me a quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a
Chocolate bars for all the Bolivian kids.
Give me a quarter. I'll show you how it works.
Love testers all around.
Try that.
It'll cost you a quarter.
I haven't eaten in 2 weeks. Well, check out this blood tester. No. That's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. How does this work? Yeah.
Where's Adam in that picture? I don't see him.
I'm not there. No.
He's tan. He's
behind the camera.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm planning on heading back down. Actually, Father's Day is when I leave. So I was able to. I don't know if you guys saw like on the website, but I actually just passed the halfway mark, which is like a critical checkpoint because once you pass the halfway mark, you have enough to pay for your plane ticket, and that's like the first big item.
So that's like $2,000. Holy fuck.
Well, no, the plane tickets is $1,200. So to go here all the way down to South America and back is $1,200, which is kind of
I thought you had to raise like 23 or something.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
So the other
That's insane,
$1,200 is for basically to stay at the hotel before we get to the actual orphanage and then to handle all.
So is that all just support from people?
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's amazing.
I'm 50 Canadian dollars of that, whatever that makes out.
Yes, you are.
Nice.
Thanks, buddy.
That's 4 cents, Steve Bart. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds or was it 50 US?
I think it was 50 US. Yeah, I think it was 50 US.
Huh.
Nice.
So yeah, the plan is to go back, but also the plan is to take my daughter down. She's like 16 now. She just turned 16 last week. And so I think it'd be a good opportunity for her to kind of just see the way the world really is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like not everybody's got arcade games in their house. And
Right.
God, I'm like, you're making me like rethink my life right now.
No doubt, right?
I know.
I wish I was
it
like
is.
Jesus.
I was telling my wife, I said it's a very humbling experience when you get back from Bolivia, because when I came back, When I landed, I think it was in Miami, and I walked off the plane into that little tunnel that leads into the airport. And that little tunnel, I don't know what you call it, but that thing was cleaner than any other thing that I had seen in Bolivia when I got off the plane. And it's just, I mean,
Cleaner
it's
than a shit pipe.
It's
Oh, this is the guy making the fucking.
Yes, so this is Julio, and he
Torch, yeah.
when he heard that there was wasps, there's wasps and there's also tarantulas all over the place up there.
Oh God!
You can't see them because they're kind of hidden, and they build their nests in between, like where the timbers join and stuff like that.
That
But
makes me think of the movie Arachnophobia.
exactly, he was burning out some wasps, and
Right, he's just dumping like
tarantulas
gas.
started falling down on us.
Oh my God!
I hate to interrupt, guys. I got to rock. I do have to. I hate to admit. Nah, next Tuesday's show is going to be a shit show, but I have to actually rock out.
All right.
So,
Later, Jimbo.
yeah.
Night, Jimbo.
See you, Jimbo.
See you, man.
Love you, Jim.
Adam, good talking to you. I love you guys.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Hey, Jimbo.
Can't wait to see
Later,
you next
guys.
week.
Play yourself
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, play myself off. I don't
Yeah,
even
Jinga Day.
Jinga Day. Oh yeah, I got that. I can.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Toodaloo.
Holy shit, Adam! I'm going to see you next week. This is crazy. It's too quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was pretty wild.
Even though he's lighting it on fire, they're still gonna get angry.
Oh, dude!
Yeah, if
like,
you watch the video, you can hear them. They're raining down like on them in some spots. It's not enough to kill them because they're so resilient, but it's enough to melt their wings, and so they all just kind of rain down from the nest.
Oh, and
and he's just like running around like fucking Spider-Man up there.
Yeah, these guys, they know what they're doing.
And he
And they're like
50 cents an hour to do that.
Yeah.
Like, how many times did he get stung doing it?
He didn't get stung at all. I don't
Oh my
understand
God!
what. I was right where he was right now. Right where he was right now. That's where I was standing when I was running wires, and they just hammered me. And for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe I smell American, or they can smell American.
How big are they?
They're like close to 3 inches long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they have a little. It depends. Some of them on the ground were a little bit smaller, but they have some monster ones.
He's climbing up the ladder. Now we need to cut to a scene of 34K, with this can upside down.
The guy was telling me, how Jim was saying they have some big ones, and you don't have to worry about. It's the little ones you have to worry about.
Yeah.
In Bolivia, he was saying the big ones are aggressive and they hurt big time, but they have these tiny white wasps that aren't that aggressive. But when they sting you, it'll paralyze like your entire limb. So if it stings you in the arm, like in the bicep area, that entire arm from your hand to your shoulder will be numb.
Yes.
And he says, if you don't get out of there, if you get stung by 3, it's lights out. You're dead. The venom is so toxic. Yeah.
No, and it's crazy too, because like you guys they just built this thing, and he's like up there with a fucking torch, like lighting the fucking timbers on fire, the untreated fucking wood.
Yeah, there's something. I don't know what kind of wood this is. I'll have to. But it's the hardest wood that I've ever come in contact with in my life. It's harder than hickory, and I think that's why he was able to hit it with the torch and it wouldn't burn. It was just so hard. It was like concrete
or something.
I remember you saying that in the video. You're like, yeah, like you're gonna like just torch the whole place down.
Yeah, it was insanely hard. I mean, insanely hard.
I love this whole story, and I just really was moved by the whole thing, and it's the reason why I brought it up. I wanted to make sure that you got a good. I know it's a terrible point in the video to like talk about it because like, we all been a few hours into it, but like this is an awesome fucking thing, and I love what Adam's doing, and
yeah,
just want to make sure you have a platform.
Thanks, are you tweeting about it at all by chance?
Yeah, so I did tweet it. Like as soon as I made the initial YouTube video and the initial tweet, I had like over $1,000 in the first day, and so and from then it's just kind of slowly been trickling in, but yeah. So it's out there, and I have a One Circuit Facebook page. It's on there, and I actually have it on my signature on Clove. I used to have click here to get your board repaired and all the business. I kind of took that all off temporarily and just put a link to that fundraising website so that hopefully I could get everything in before I have to head out on next month.
That's good stuff. Like you gotta promote that shit because this is fucking awesome work you're doing, and it's cool stuff. And
cool, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Adam, that's just jaw dropping.
But when are you gonna get the pole position done?
I know. I'm gonna do it while I'm down there.
Let's get the graph back here.
Yeah, we're gonna give it to Crafty Mac. He'll get it done in a month.
I know we talked about it earlier. Like, Crafty. Is Crafty still in our fucking chat? He was in there a little bit. You should be in this. Let me text him.
You know what Andy's gonna do? He's gonna bring the Brofest and surprise us all, right?
He might.
Big Mike.
Crafty's fucking. He's on a mission to get that shit done.
Yeah.
But yeah, admittedly, like we talked about this earlier, but like what Adam's done, like Crafty hasn't had to deal with like nearly the level of
complexity. There's no customs on that
complexity,
board, you know.
and there's no custom chips at all that he's had to reprogram.
It's the big tease. Andy will come
Here. He just appeared in the chat.
What happened?
Aaron's here, yeah.
In Google and YouTube chat.
Oh, he is?
All right, there's room in here. Get the fuck in here, Aaron.
Yeah, what is
I was
that?
just texting you, son of a bitch.
Where's Carrie at?
I'm fixing Fet's Pioneer balloons.
She said she's been having computer problems all night.
Okay.
Did you guys happen to check Adam's link to the arcade guy in the chair? That was fucked up. I was like, oh man.
God.
Somebody was talking like Jimbo was trying to tell some story, and I was like, oh.
I love to do it. I love to do it when someone's given their, their whatever you call it, they're answering the question.
Yes.
And I just sit here and I look down below and I watch people's reactions and I can tell who sees it because they totally just start cracking up.
That's awesome.
That guy looks small too. Like he looks like he's like 3'5".
What happened to Dave? He disappeared for the last hour, right?
He said smoke break.
For an hour?
Yeah, that was like a minute ago.
Okay.
He just hasn't been talking.
Cool. Let's see.
So any other arcade shit? I don't know. I know I told Chris, but I've been fighting a cold for the last fucking week.
Yeah.
So I can't stick around too much longer. Crafty, all right.
The only thing I got new was the Crazy Climber High Score Online Save Kit.
Oh yeah, the highscoresaves.com guy.
All these freaking years, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I haven't installed it yet, but I have it.
Well, Brian
Yeah,
from Buffalo
guys.
wants a crazy climber like crazy. So.
Well, if I had two, I would sell him one.
Well, if you find another one, let him know.
Yeah, they come up very seldom. So.
I finally got my 20 amp, or my two 20 amp circuits in this room, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, 220 single phase.
What's that?
220 volt single phase running through.
20 amp.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, 20 amp. 120.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So now I don't have any issues with pinball machines resetting or anything like that. So.
Awesome. No, we can't hear you, Crafty.
Hello, can you
Oh,
hear
yeah,
me?
we can hear
There
you
we go.
talk.
There he is.
There you are.
Just interrupt.
So what's up? You summoned me. What's up?
Summoned. Well,
We're going to be FPGA playoff here between you and Adam.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, you got that audio issue figured out real quick, huh?
What's that?
Well, we were talking about audio the other day, you and I, and like the next day you had it all working and the sound sounded great.
Yeah, I've got the 3 channels that are basically just all driven by counters, and then it's mixed together in kind of a little resistor network with some 4066 bilateral switches. That I've got running really good, but that's all the music and stuff, and that's cool. But there's a discrete chip that kind of does, it's a white noise generator, and then there's the speech, so I still need to look at that.
Okay.
But yeah, most of the sound is working. The speech, I'm going to use digital samples because from what I've understood, the chip that's being used on this one is really similar to what some other games like Hubert used, and people have tried to emulate it
right.
or simulate it, but it's like a lot of the logic is actually in the chip for how you set the pitch and the crossfading of the little phonemes that make up the speech, and so I think even J-Rock was like, screw it, I'm just using digital samples, it'll sound the same. So that's my plan. That's only on Fantasy though. Only Fantasy has the speech.
Sweet.
But But yeah, so
Sorry, that's a Fantasy, Vanguard, Fantasy Balloon, Pioneer Balloon, sorry, and then
Nibbler.
Nibbler. Yeah.
Yeah, Nibbler has like no sound. It's a really boring game sound-wise.
You know, it's funny too. Like I
Chomp,
mentioned
chomp,
earlier in the show that I was like over at One Up, and then
Yeah.
they have a Nibbler there now.
Oh, they do? Oh,
And
okay.
John was saying that like Nibbler is fucking killing it.
Oh,
for the
really?
arcade games. and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, the movie, like no one even knows about this movie. Is it the movie thing coming out? And it's like, no.
No, I don't know.
He
if
was
it
saying
could be
like,
moved.
no, it's so people recognize the game, and I was like, holy shit, it's Snake in a maze, and so they get it.
Yeah.
Everyone has had fucking Snake on their cell phones, so they understand this game, and they're like, oh, Nibbler, and like they start playing, like, oh, it's like Snake, and they just fucking play it. So apparently Nibbler has like been like killing it in the arcade at one point.
Yeah, one game I've been. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say what I was thinking was, if I have time, kind of hacking together another ROM set for Nibbler with some new mazes, and the hardware already does scrolling. They just don't use it in Nibbler, but scrollable mazes, make the mazes larger than one screen.
So like a junior Nibbler.
Yeah.
Like Pac-Man Junior.
Nibbler remix.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, the game's not hard enough.
Yeah, right.
You should just
No,
call
seriously,
it.
like when he brought that up to me, I was like saying the same thing. I was like, oh my god, fucking Nibbler with
Put
scrolling
like a diaper on him and a pacifier or something, and it's Nibbler Junior.
Yeah, it's a Nibbler Junior. Yeah.
That's right.
You can't
A
see.
really long diaper.
Super Nibbler.
But
Not to be confused with the Human Centipede mod. Ooh.
Oh.
But I'll tell you the
That's the German only version.
Yeah.
Threw up in my mouth.
Yeah.
German and Japanese only.
Oh.
I'll tell you, the Rockola hardware though is really it's pretty crude actually. I mean, I think
Gives a
they
whole new
basically
meaning to the word nibbler. Sorry.
they got a hold of some cheap stuff.
Cat Nibbler.
Oh gosh.
No, I mean it's not very advanced. So getting this going and getting the games running it's not been like too tough. So I know Adam's project with Pole Position had a lot more custom chips and a lot of tough hurdles, and this has been pretty straightforward. And you almost feel bad for the programmers when you realize how much they had to work to get the graphics to work, because it's kind of kludgy the way the hardware was designed and set up for them.
No, but as
Rockola-
a programmer or an engineer, I love that stuff. I love figuring out like every little piece of shit that you can do to like optimize stuff to make it work.
Right.
I love that stuff. I mean, that's the great challenge, right? Like you only have so many resources to work with, and you've got to make it work within those resources. I love that shit.
I love working with, this kind of stuff where you just don't have anything. You have like an 8-bit bus, and you have it has 1,000 bytes of static, static RAM, and I mean, there's nothing to this system, but it works, and the game is fun. The games are fun. What I did learn, just kind of reading up on the hardware, is that Rockola bought Fantasy and Pioneer Balloon. They bought a bunch of those boards from SNK and those games, and they licensed them, and then they wrote Nibbler to run on those boards. So I think the guy who did Nibbler was just kind of handed, Fantasy or Pioneer Balloon, and said, hey, here's the hardware, make a game for it. He didn't really have a choice as to what the hardware was or how it was designed. Rockola needed something cheap, and these were cheap boards, so they bought a ton of them. And that's why the games are so weird and kind of crappy, and you never really saw Fantasy and Pioneer Balloon out in the wild too much, because they just kind of acquired it as a stock that they could use to convert to Nibbler.
So they had to design the game around the hardware rather than the hardware on the game.
Right, exactly, yeah. They were kind of given, or the one guy that did Nibbler, I guess it was just one programmer, he was just given that hardware and, here, do something interesting with this, make a game with this.
Wow.
So I don't remember which games they were, but I recall seeing somewhere someone, hacked into the codes of a game, and there were all these unused sprites. Have you come across any of that at all? Like different character sprites or anything?
Yeah, not really. I dumped the tile sets pretty early, and it was just all parts of Nibbler and stuff like that. And Yeah, there wasn't any, there's nothing really interesting. Although tonight, by accident, working on Fet's board, I found the invincibility bite for a Pioneer Balloon. So you can never die. But
I think isn't Super Zaxxon or Zaxxon one of those? That's the free play mod or the free play setting. Is like you never die. I'm like,
oh really?
There's no fun at all in that if you don't even die ever, you know?
Yeah, Super Zaxxon is just like playing in traffic. I mean, there's like no way. That game is so hard.
Yeah.
Way too fast.
Way too fast. Yeah. I mean, Zaxxon is hard for me, and I tried Super Zaxxon at Hyperspace here in town, Zyla's place.
Yeah.
And I don't think
That's
I ever
what
played
it was.
it.
I had a Super Zaxxon for a few months, and I put it onto the free play setting, and that was it. It was like you never die. You just have like unlimited lives.
You just go through it. Oh, okay.
It's not like you don't have to put in a court. You don't have to put in a court at all, but you never die. You just unlimited lives keep going.
You just keep on going.
Yeah.
I always thought the dragon was cheap in that too, where it was really hard to kill. I mean, it's impossible.
I don't think I ever got to the dragon.
Oh, yeah, it's like the robot, but way harder.
Yeah.
But I did see someone on YouTube destroy it, so it is possible. I didn't think it was possible, but it is, I guess.
Well, I mean, Andrew, talking about tech stuff and working with minimum resources, the Rockola, not the Rockola, but the SNK design that Nibbler and Fantasy and Pioneer Balloon use, it doesn't have any sprite hardware. It doesn't have any blitting or any ability to do blitting, copy and pasting basically of graphic data into some kind of buffer. So when Nibbler is moving around, it's rewriting the character RAM that actually has the character data, it has spare spaces that letters aren't taking up. It's rewriting that and moving Nibbler through those cells, if that makes sense. Instead of like animating a sprite or changing a sprite's position. It's like the screen is like a 36 by 22 grid, and it's just actually writing Nibbler into different spaces, like the data, and moving it through the character cells. So it's really crude.
So it doesn't have separate like character and sprite graphics, and then it gets muxed in at the end before it blitzes to the screen. It's just literally just all one set of graphical
one
data.
set of RAM that represents where the character set is loaded. It loads it out of ROM, out of the character ROM into this RAM, and then rewrites some of those cells, and then has a separate tiny VRAM, which is like the 36 by 24 array of characters, where it can just reference what characters to draw. But yeah, there's no video buffer. In terms of the muxing, there's 7 different video signals that get mixed. That's why it's really complicated. They get mixed together.
Really?
It has 2 separate resistor ladder DACs to form one 8-bit output. So it's really kind of weird. There's 16 resistors that they use to drive the RGB out. Because
is that because like they're doing something weird, like reusing hardware for some other stuff that they're?
It kind of looks like somebody cut and pasted a lot of different elements,
right,
of different designs, and just kind of stuck them together and made it work.
So it's about reworking the existing hardware to do crazy shit.
Yeah, some guy in Japan probably got tasked with, here, make an arcade board. He's like, oh, what other intellectual property do we have? Oh, we have this, we have this, we have that. You know, I don't know what SNK was doing at that point in 81 or 80, but when they first got into the arcade biz, but that's kind of what it looks like. So
that's
some crazy stuff. But yeah, it works. Get to write 6502 assembly again.
But you haven't done it since like what, college?
Or what? Are you doing a front end or something?
How are you doing the switching? Like, what's your interface for it?
I'm writing the whole menu front end. I'm writing in 6502 assembly, so I don't have to like use a separate, microcontroller or some kind of other soft core that I embed in there.
So you let me know if you need some help with a menu.
You can do it in C though. I mean, for pole position, I'm doing it in C, and then I compile it in T80.
I've got a cross compiler for pushing the, writing it basically in C and then compiling it instead of having to do it by hand. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want some graphics help, Crafty, I'm happy to fucking help out whatever way I
Can I get Nibbler wearing heart-shaped boxers and then he's looking down inside
Dude,
his
I
heart?
will fucking make Nibbler popping out of the heart-shaped boxers all fucking day long.
I think Nibbler and heart-shaped boxers would be awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I own that graphic, so you let me know.
Because you know the Nibbler, what he looks like when he on the title screen and on like the Man vs. Snake. He's kind of like wound up, and he's got dinner forks and stuff in his hand.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So then he can just have little heart-shaped boxers around like his midsection.
Absolutely. All right, so actually that's kind of it's a weird segue, but just a real quick notice to you guys. So we just, as the backers for Man vs. Snake, so we just got notice that apparently in June 20-somethingth, I can look back at the email if you guys want. We just got an update on the Kickstarter. So apparently Man vs. Snake will become publicly available for digital download and all the rest of that shit coming up in about a month from now.
About time.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I'm just pulling up the email here right now. June 24th.
Is that international download as well?
I don't know. All I'm saying is that apparently it's going for wide release and available June 24th. So literally a month from now today.
So when that movie was filmed, what year?
Dude, I don't know. I backed it like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's like
It is.
It's so old.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fun. Apparently, the documentary has gotten some great responses from people saying that, like, hey, you know what? This is still exciting, and they're getting back into Nibbler and like Rockola games. I'm sorry, Jim, but they're getting more popular and.
Yeah. I want to see the movie. I'm just pissed it took so long.
Yeah, it's been frustrating.
All right, Adam, I just kicked it a little. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Oh, sweet.
I just you bumped your tweet there for you.
Sweet dude, thank you.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
He pulled out this box the other day. It says this is Joanne Richards' Nibbler board. It's still in the box because for some reason he obtained it or it was his. I'm not sure, but like the board he used, because I don't know if he's in the Man vs. Snake.
He is. He's supposed to be. Yeah.
And there was some issue with his board, like it
was the speed of it. Yeah, his board was too fast.
Yeah. Which I know why they would run fast. Because it's really bizarre what they did. They run the CPU at 1.4 megahertz, but they throttle it. The hardware throttles the CPU when it's accessing a certain address range. It skips every other clock cycle, so that effectively slows it down by like 50%.
Yeah, right.
Really?
So
that's how they did it?
2 megahertz.
That's how they did it. Yeah. But if that little circuit doesn't work, then the board will run twice as fast.
So it's not like a dip switch setting or a ROM setting or anything like that?
No, but it's a hardwired circuit that basically, there's an address range that, every CPU instruction is working with, and if it's in a certain range, it says, oh, skip every other CPU cycle as long as you're dealing with this address. Otherwise, don't. And so it has this weird effect of slowing the game down by about half.
And as a player, you just notice like it's just slower and easier to play.
Yeah, the game just runs a little slower. Yeah, I mean it runs, half as. Because when I first got everything working, Nibbler was like too fast. I'm like, well, I have the CPU speed's right. Everything's right.
Yeah.
And then I discovered this little circuit, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't implement that. So then I implemented that, and all of a sudden the speed was right. So I kind of wonder. I'd really love to look at Dwayne's board, but John Exedy still has it in a box, and he doesn't want to open it. Because I'd really like to know, like, is that the reason his board was too fast? It makes sense. It might be.
No, yeah. Apparently, that's part of the documentary. It's talking about Dwayne's board.
Yeah.
Like
so now I'm really curious if that was the issue, if it was something else, or.
And I haven't seen it yet. So in a month from today.
Because literally, it's one. It's either one chip or it's one little trace that isn't connected, and the board will run twice as fast.
So that'd be awesome. So like if you guys haven't seen it, like maybe we can like figure out like some sort of private way to send my digital version to a Hangout here. We can talk about Nibbler.
That'd be cool.
for one
Well,
of our shows.
it's not publicly available anywhere, right?
No, it's not. So, but a month from now. So June
A month
24th.
from now, okay, yeah.
Or June
Because
24th. So
I'd like to watch it, but
yeah, if we could, Crafty, you can come over and watch it anytime here because I will have a digital version. But like,
okay.
if I can figure out a way to stream this digital version to you guys, maybe we can do a private off-air stuff for like those of you who are curious about the whole documentary and seeing it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to share it.
So speaking of Nibbler, I know I've talked about this game before, but I've never actually seen one or played one in person. It's kind of like a cross between Nibbler and Eyes. There's a game called Jungler, I think. Dude, Jungler or Juggler? I think it's Jungler. So look that up.
Jungler sounds familiar.
I think it's made by Stern, and it's like you're a growing snake, but you can also shoot other stuff. Is that it? Konami?
Yeah, it's Konami.
Yeah, that looked like a really fun game. That kind of, adds it. It's kind of like Nibbler with an added element, Jungler, yeah.
Too, like, I just love the idea, like, when John was talking about it today, when I was picking up the Forgotten Worlds panel, and he was like, people just get this game because it's fucking Snake, which is on every cell phone, like, since the first Nokia.
Yeah.
Right? Had fucking Snake on it. And
There's
they just
also a
get
game
it.
called
It's
Hustle.
like,
I had Snake on my Nokia. I remember that.
But it's like it's Snake, but there's like a little maze to it, so people just get it and they love it. So this
that one reminds me more of the original Snake right there.
This is a game called Hustle.
Yeah.
It's like Atari 2 graphics.
Yeah,
exactly.
Monochrome.
Yeah, I know I played something
like
like that on like the Commodore 64 or something. Some generic Snake game. So when I saw Nibbler for the first time, I was like, that was my same thought. I'm like, well, this is just kind of like those Snake games.
Yeah. It's like Snafu for the Intellivision. Anybody
So-
remember that game?
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Snafu
So
was
maybe
awesome.
on Sunday we ought to have a Nibbler off, like for the four of us that are going to show up to fucking one up and do our monthly get together.
Okay.
Like, have you been to one up in a couple of months, Crafty?
I haven't been since probably the last time we met there.
Dude, it's fucking changed completely. All the pinball machines are on this totally opposite wall.
Yeah, I remember John said he moved everything over.
Yeah, so it's all fucking moved around. It makes sense, though. So, like, you walk in and it's nothing but arcade games. You have to walk all the way around. But they've got Ghostbusters, so I think we should play Ghostbusters in the group.
Yeah.
Because it's just a pro, but, like, fuck, that looks fucking awesome. I love that. I love the theme. I love the idea of it. But, yeah, we should definitely do, like, a Ghostbusters tournament and, like, a fucking Nibbler tournament.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
There's going to be four of us, so, you, me, Sam, and whoever else shows up.
Yeah, I'm looking for it for sure. I knew John said he was getting the Ghostbusters. I didn't realize he had it in the one-up already.
Yeah, it's at one-up Lodo right now, so we're doing that shit.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
Well, speaking of Ghostbusters, so I actually got a chance to play a couple weeks ago at Pinagogo.
Oh, nice.
And
Which one?
so I think it was the regular pro, yeah.
Yeah, nothing else but the pros have been out. You can't.
There was like a line of people every time we walked by there. My younger son Luke and I kept circling around trying to catch it. And later in the evening on Friday, we were walking by and Drewster was there and Paul Olson. They were standing in line and they're like, shit, all right, let's go over. And so we did a 4-player game. It was me, my son Luke, Drewster, and Paul. And I think Luke wanted to go fourth, so I wound up going third. So Paul and Drewster went first. It's like really fast. The first ball just went like, it's like the left side. You guys probably know about that.
Yeah, the fucking
left side
outlanes are
drains.
vicious.
Yeah. It's the very far left side is just brutal.
It's
and then
known to be bad.
So the first two guys, they're Drewster and Paul. It just went boom boom like that. And I got my very first time playing, the very first ball. I don't know. It was, I swear, at least like a 5-minute game on my first ball.
Oh,
and I'm like, damn. I just like keep going, and I'm like, all right, I like this. And Drewster's like, of course, or whatever. And the other balls I had just like went pretty fast. but it is definitely fun. But what I was gonna say was I stopped by my buddy Tron Guy's house today. I'm on my way home after work, and he was talking about it that somebody, I don't know if it was on Pinside or where, but like operators are like reporting back that like the revenue isn't nearly what they thought it was, and there's complaints about that left lane.
Yeah.
So I would bet. I would bet they do some modification to just kind of like help extend the gameplay a little bit.
You know, Gak, you know what they're doing is a lot of people that own one, they're putting one of those little rubber.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because it's like a little wire metal frame that goes up there.
Yeah,
You just put
have a post with the rubber stopper. So people are cutting the ring and they're inserting it in there and like using I don't know, like silicone or something.
So as a owner, that feels like you're cheating, right?
Well,
if it becomes like a standardized, mod, or yeah.
But the thing is though that most 99% all pinball tables usually have a post with a rubber.
Yes, I agree.
Like so you're not really cheating. You're just putting something that they should have put on there.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it.
Right.
The metal ones where it's just a little frame.
It's a metal bit. Yeah. And the ball always shoots up. You know what's really weird?
Yes.
If you watch the latest Stern video of the Ghostbusters limited editions, the limited edition video they have, the ramps are all different compared to the other one. Slimer's different and he moves all over the place. But there's not the constant draining. People are playing it for a really long time, so it's not. I think they're two totally different machines, in my opinion.
No, yeah, the ramps are very different. I was actually trying to do it like a side by side because like if I were to buy one, I wouldn't buy an LE. I would buy a premium. I don't like the Slimer, the overly Slimer look of the game is too much in the LE. But the premium looks fucking awesome.
No, limited
money for a fucking premium. There's no way I have the money for it. But like, if I sold
I get confused. So the cheapest model is called the Pro.
Pro. So there's the Pro and then the Premium, and then the LE.
Okay.
The Pro is like what, $6,000. The LE is like $7,500.
That was like 4 or 5.
Is it? I don't know my numbers very well.
It's
but like
$59.95 for Pro. Premium is $75.
$6,000 for the Pro.
Yes, a reach.
$7,600 for the premium.
70, so 75 for the premium.
And no, 76, and then 88
Yes.
for the LE.
For
What's the
limited.
LE?
Yeah, 88.
All right. So, but the thing is, like with the premium, you get like the ecto goggles, the new fucking like holographic shit. You get the magnetic. I mean, it's just the slingshots. I mean, that looks fucking awesome. And like all the 3D modeled stuff. Like I was looking at the Pro today, and it's like, just like seeing the full 3D modeled library and all the other shit they put on it. It's like the premium seems like the sweet spot for me because it still looks like a Pro, but the Slimer, the LED, like all that green. Green is my fucking favorite color. But like the Slimer version just looks ugly to me. Whereas
it's two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
Exactly. It's a Revenge of the fucking Slime or whatever the hell that TMNT 2 movie was. But like, yeah, you got it spot on. The premium looks awesome. It's got the fucking Ecto 1 on the side.
Yeah.
You've got the Ecto goggles updates. You've got the fully modeled, stuff on the play field.
You got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's on the head on the side.
Yes, I mean the artwork on the premium is fucking awesome. I love it. It's gorgeous.
It's $2,000.
He plays better on the limited.
2,000 more.
I will never pay for a fucking new pinball machine at these prices. I mean, I can't.
Never.
I mean, who can justify these prices?
I mean, so if I was like a millionaire, like I'm pulling in $1 million a year. Okay.
All right.
But
so if I was
even if I was making like 100 or 200 grand a year, I don't know if I'd pay that,
if money were no object, I would still get the premium over the LE because I think it's a better fucking looking machine. Look at that fucking big buffalo with his goddamn.
So.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do another quick little segue here, talking about mods to make a game better. Again, at the same pinball show, they had Baby Pac-Man there, and I know lots of people have talked about this before, but in the traditional Baby Pac-Man, like what I have in my garage, when you play the actual Pac-Man video game part of it, the ghosts are like 3 times as fast as you, or
stupid fast, or you're slow,
and you're just it is not enjoyable. It's like too hard.
You gotta get out of there as quickly as you can.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can barely make it. I think maybe I made it to the 3rd screen once or twice, playing a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And somehow somebody has like an 8 million point game on my machine. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. The game that was at Pinagogo, someone modded the actual, and I don't think this is a dip switch setting. If it is, I'm gonna do it. The actual ghost speed versus your Pac-Man speed were pretty much the same. You weren't any faster or slower than the ghosts.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't like what most people do with the fast mode Miss Pac-Man. So you almost feel like you're cheating with that, But when they're both the same speed, it kind of evens out the play field, and it's so much more enjoyable. I mean, it's still a very difficult game, and I didn't last that long, but I'm like,
you still gotta be good at the pinball portion of it to unlock shit and get you power pellets and all the rest of that stuff. Yeah.
But I'm like, that absolutely, whoever did that mod is awesome, and I need to track that down because it makes it so much more enjoyable being able to just know that you can kind of work your way around the maze. You still have to outsmart where the ghosts are going, but if you're going in a straight line and the ghost is following you, at least he's not going to grab you 3 inches later.
Right. Yeah. That game is brutal.
It's so brutal.
Settings.
Yeah.
It almost breaks the game, if you ask me.
Yeah. It really. I think that was. I don't think the game was successful at all, in my opinion. I mean, I remember seeing it a couple places back in the day, but
yeah,
I think most people played it once or twice as kind of a quick novelty, and they're like, "This is too hard. It's cool, but whatever."
Well, but the thing was, like when it came out, like I remember when it hit the arcade, and if Greg from Arcade Impossible were here, he would know what I was talking about. So I was playing at the arcade at the Chesney Park Mall, and I remember seeing it, and there was no line, and I was like, holy shit, here's a Pac-Man machine, and like, here's pinball. But like, pinball I didn't get at the time.
Yeah.
And like, not only was it like pinball, it was like EM pinball.
Yes. Very slow,
cool.
and not much action. Yeah.
Are you talking about the Juicy Melons ones? The new one?
No. We're talking about Baby Pac.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a slow pinball.
Yeah.
So it's like,
to me, it was like it's like they both fell short.
Yeah.
The video game part is like a 2 out of 10 scale, and so is the pinball. I'm like,
no, the 2 out of 10 is like, that's spot on.
Right.
It's playable, but it's like awkward.
And, at the time I was playing like Pinbot. It's like it was older but fun and had action and rule set or whatever. But the Baby Pac, it was just okay. You're just bouncing around trying to catch it into the little holes to hopefully get your dots to appear.
And it's a really short, weird, awkward playfield, which made it kind of strange.
I'd still pay 500 plus for one.
It's a fun as fuck game. Yeah. And like it's great. And I'm like not dogging it at all, but like as far as like an overall game, especially back in the day,
it is better than Granny Gators though on the same level. So
I'd rather have Baby Pac than Granny and the Gators.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I want to play that one with the motocross.
Baby Pac.
You know that pinball sort of one with the motocross play field where you hit the ball.
Yes, Bonsai Run. That game is awesome. I love that one.
Play that. I've never played one.
I really think somehow that would be if I had some kind of negotiation with Stern or somebody, I'd be like, you need to do something like that that has get the backboard to have as interaction of the gameplay.
Aren't they making that circus one again?
I've seen prototypes.
Circus Soleil?
No.
No. A prototype circus one at the Las Vegas
Pinball Circus, or I forgot, it's something.
Yeah,
I can't
I heard
remember
they were someone was making that again.
Who's the guy who passed away? The
yeah.
It was like the game he created that never. He was the guy who did Joust or Bubbles or something, right? Was that the same?
He did
guy?
the artwork for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like Russian or something. I want to say maybe.
Same.
Yeah. I want to say like Anaconda, but that's not right. He had some kind of like snake.
Yeah, it is
snake
something like that,
sounding
though. It is something like that.
But yeah, that seems like that could be fun.
Python D'Angelo.
Python, there we go.
Yes,
Python,
that's right.
yeah, a snake name.
Anaconda,
Yeah, right.
Python, same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think that would be kind of like a next level of gameplay is to interact with the backboard, you know. Which they kind of do that with some gameplay with the dot matrix screen, you know. Right? There's sometimes there's like a thing that scrolls back and forth. You got
video
time
mode.
shooting it or whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Star Trek TNG has the video mode with the shuttle, and then there, like I said, Judge Dredd earlier has the video mode with you have to shoot the car on the road based on which ramp you shoots the missile at the car.
Okay.
Yeah, the video modes are awesome.
Night, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Take care.
Yeah, I gotta head out too, guys. I will see you hopefully next week.
Yeah.
We will see you very fucking soon, Adam.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Good one. Good catching up with you guys.
Yeah, you too.
And
Take
your,
care.
I swear to
Bye,
God,
Adam.
your badge is printed correctly with your correct name.
I still
fucking checked it.
this
He's
thing
got
here.
Daniel or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Aden.
Adam.
Yeah, Dan, look, he's got it. Oh my God.
No, that's Nada backwards.
Hey, that's rare. Sell it on eBay.
I still have this.
That's rare and special there, buddy.
Limited edition.
Yep. There's one of a kind.
Andrew, I don't know if you saw the one from Matt. What is his name? Matt.
Matt Osborne?
No, the moderator. He was a moderator on KLV.
Matroid?
Matroid.
Yeah.
So his badge somehow it got misplaced.
Yeah, last year at Grinkers.
And so I'm like half drunk, and I'm like, well, I'll just handwrite it, you know. So I just kind of wrote.
Andrew will redo it.
I scribbled Matt and his number on a piece of paper.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I think it's still his avatar.
Yeah.
Is he still a moderator?
He is, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said it kind of changed. He's more console area or something like that. He's not like a super moderator or whatever that original title was. But yeah.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, Adam.
Till next week. See ya.
Night, guys. I'm heading out too.
Yeah, and actually, like,
All right, let's just end it.
All
I've
right.
been fighting a cold for the last week, and I gotta stop. Otherwise, I'll keep drinking.
I won't be on next week, so I'll be actually driving to Brewfest. We're leaving Monday.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
Hardcore.
Well, we're hitting breweries for the 3 days, so. It's
All
like a-
right. Well, you have a smartphone, right? You can try to check in.
Yeah, I'll
Bring
check. I'll see all my check-ins.
Bring us some growlers.
From Treehouse.
Wherever you're going.
Whatever you can.
We'll see how
It'll all
much.
be enjoyed.
Well, the thing is, with Treehouse, we're going on can day only, so I'm not sure we can get growlers.
Hey,
do
that'll
whatever
work.
you can, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ship some shit out with the flight and.
Yeah, just bring I'm gonna bring like at least 1 or 2 cases worth of beer. Probably too much, but still.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a van, you know.
I don't think
Load
it'll
that
be too
shit
much.
up.
What's that?
Load that shit up.
There probably won't be too much. There's going to be a lot of guys there.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
So long as the pizza shows up.
So I will see
right.
you guys there.
Yeah, whoever's gonna be the pizza hero this year, like I'm gonna God bless you right
Yes, that was a savior last year. For
now. Pizza
sure.
Hero made the fucking nights happen because we didn't eat fucking dinner
I know.
a single night except for those pizzas.
I don't
You should have
remember
just made a Pizza Hero badge, and if he shows up, you could have given it to
for
him.
sure.
I'll yeah.
He should get an award. He should get an award for that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. If we have to send him something in the future, like,
He must have
we'll do it.
spent $150 or $200.
Oh, he showed up with like a pile of pizzas, and he was a fucking savior.
Yes.
You don't remember his name.
I don't even remember his
No,
name.
I can't
God
even tell
bless
if he
that
was
man.
like from
He's from
Ohio.
Ohio. He's from Ohio. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
funny,
gray
though.
hair.
How do you remember anything? You were pissing in the fucking lake.
Right.
Come on, dude.
That's the
Bits and
first.
pieces,
That's the
bits and-
first fucking memory I have of you, Dave. Was you
I know.
standing there like
Yeah.
pissing in the lake, like with your arms behind your fucking head. You're like,
Yeah.
Well, I did that. I did because I was talking to Greg from Arcade Impossible, and it was his friend Win. Win was sitting there, and I go, I gotta piss. So I
who's
piss
this
right
guy
by
fucking pissing in
And
the
he's like-
fucking lake?
I go, I'm gonna piss. He goes, yeah, do it right by Win. Do it right by Win. Greg was edging me out. So that's why I did. I go, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go piss right
So
by
you
Win.
said so you said pissing in the lake? Nothing's impossible.
Yeah, we were wading in that water the next day.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, urine is sterile. We're all good. It's all good.
Salt water kills everything.
All right. We'll see you guys in a week, and then Trollfest.
Yeah.
A weekend in a few days.
Yeah.
Guys, done.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Peace.